And we're live. Yes, yes, yes. I'm back home, ladies and gentlemen, and I must say, Medellin don't owe me a mother thing. You heard me? I had a damn good stay out there, and to say the least, I came back, and I'm not holding no L's. I had to come back with an L. Not to say that I never had, but you know when you're venturing out, you're leaving the country, and you're going out there to have a good time and all, and sometimes unexpected things do happen. You know. But you gotta know how to shake back, and this particular trip, everything went as planned. Shout out to Natty Baller, man. What's happening with you, Natty Baller? Good to see you up here. What up, player, man? I can't call it roll motherfucking tide. What's happening with you, player? I see you done came through, man. I appreciate y'all stopping by tonight. And if you're coming in and you're going back out, just do your piece of favor and go ahead on and hit that lickety like button for your boy. I appreciate that. What happened with you, Eddie J? I can't call it cousin, man. Look, I'm still floating on the Medellin high, bro. Like I was on the way back home today. I was driving back home, just reminiscing about the good things that I did, and thinking about how I was gonna get back, all that good shit. So I just came on tonight, man. I just wanted to share with y'all some information that y'all may or may not already know. Maybe I might motivate somebody to get out there to Medellin right now because I do realize Medellin is like one of those more difficult places to travel to right now, with all the tests and everything, the online apps, it can be a little bit overwhelming to a person with maybe they do or do not have guidance or whatnot, like as far as like the trip and all. But I'm gonna break it down into a simple, easy format to what you may be able to incorporate into your next travel going out there, man, make it easy for you. Eddie J, was the trip worth the effort and the test? Hell to the yeah. Look, negro, if I had to do it all over again tonight, I would be packing my bags and do this shit again tonight. Uh, when you don't plan, you plan to fail. So I planned all this shit. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Simple as that. So I had a method going into all this madness. I knew it wasn't going to be the usual cakewalk that I had going to Colombia pre-COVID. So I prepared for it. I did the necessary research and I just took care of everything ahead of time. And what I noticed people are trying to do when you try and rush shit and you're back against the wall, you're trying to hurry up and do everything, that causes a stressful situation. So you make a plan, you stick to that plan, and you do it in a timely manner. That way, you're not feel as though like you're trying to push the ball up the hill. It's like just dropping the ball, you're letting that motherfucker roll down the hill. A lot easier that way. So that's why I could honestly say, was it worth the effort? Yes. The return on my investment, yes. And as a matter of fact, before I came online tonight, I actually did I crunched the numbers for you guys. But for the first time, I'm going to actually reveal exactly what I spent on everything during the trip. So like 10 minutes before I came on here, I thought about, okay, travel, that's be for like Uber, the flight, the flight, I say the flight, hotel stay, all that, I crunched all that together to, close as possible to what I actually spent in real time numbers. Now, this could be 40 or $30 off, give or take, but I did a rough estimate. All right. And I did the numbers, and I can honestly say this trip was actually more expensive than any other trip that I took to Medellin after I did the numbers and I added it all up. And I'm going to tell you why as I go further into detail about, the overall review of this trip and whatnot. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead on and get to it and make it do what it do. Okay, since I think I already did on my first review, I told y'all about going to Medellin, so I'm not going to go over that again. That's going to be redundant. That's already on a vlog that I did earlier this week. So I'm going to tell y'all about leaving out of Medellin and what things you may want to do ahead of time to make your leaving out a little bit more easier. I know for one, me myself personally, so I like to do things ahead of time, but sometimes folks, you get a little caught up and you may try and do a little something before you leave and you run the risk of missing your flight. And especially with after post-COVID, everything set up now, most folks, you think you can just get to the airport or take your Uber or your cab to the airport, you can just hop out and run inside and check in. It's not like that anymore. I'll tell you that right now. Don't be surprised about this shit, okay? So before this all used before let's say post-COVID, you used to be able to get out your cab and go straight inside. Now when you arrive at the airport, there's only one door in and one door out. All right. And to get through that one door, you have to prove that you have a flight for that day and your passport in your hand. Okay. So let's go ahead on and rewind that. When you get to the airport now, when you enter the airport and you're leaving Medellin, trying to get back home, everyone goes through door number 5 on an upper level in Rio Negro Airport. If you're an avid traveler and you've been to Medellin several times or whatnot, you know what door I'm talking about. It's the first door when you come up. Like a lot of guys, they may fly Spirit or Avianca or Copa. You may just go to that particular portal and like because they had 5, 4, 3, I think, or 2, 1. No, it went up to 3. I think 3 was the last one, if I'm not mistaken. Well, now you get out at number 5. Once you get out at number 5, there's gonna be a long line of motherfuckers standing out there waiting to get in the freaking airport. All right. And that line is gonna consist of people from all the airlines. All right, you get what I'm saying? So while you standing in that fucking line waiting, you're gonna have Spirit people in that line, you're gonna have American people, JetBlue, all that's gonna be on that line. Now, to get through that line, once you get to the front, you get to present your passport, of course, and they're gonna ask you a few questions in Spanish. All right. You may want to be able to answer those questions in Spanish. Okay. And to make it easier, what I would do, what I noticed some other people did, because I was unprepared for this. Matter of fact, I didn't know I needed all this shit again. I thought I was going to walk into the airport like I normally do. When you get to that counter that's outside, as a matter of fact, he's going to ask you for a boarding pass showing the date of your travel, which would be that particular day, whatever it is. And he's going to also ask you some questions. He's going to look at your boarding pass. He's going to ask you, what time are you leaving? All right. He's going to ask you that in Spanish, of course. And he's going to ask you where you're going, like your next destination city or whatnot. You tell them that, then they'll let you go through. The problem a lot of people were having was they were unprepared for it, like I was. And you had to go into your phone and pull up the app and show the boarding pass in your phone. That presented a problem for me because normally when I come to the airport, I go inside and show them my confirmation number. Then they hand me a boarding pass. All right, so let's rewind a little bit here. If it's any way possible that you could print your boarding pass out prior to getting there, do that. All right, that way you can just hand them a piece of paper, show them your passport, you can go through. They had a whole line of motherfuckers trying to stand close to the door to get airport internet so they could pull this shit up. You know, don't be that person, because if you're getting there late, you're running late, you know how it is. You can miss your flight, you'll just be asked out. You'll be paying rebooking fees, and you have to go back to a hotel. The list goes on. The usual ball and fucking chain. Don't put yourself through that shit. It's just a lot easier to have that on your person. Or if you can't print it out the night before, pull your boarding pass up on your phone, screenshot it, you're good to go. It'll save you some time in line. Trust me. I just trust me on this. All right. Once you get through that particular part, you're gonna go check in at the counter or whatever. They are very strict about that 6 foot say space, Poppy, say space. They call that distancing, the social distancing and whatnot. They're gonna try and maintain that the whole time you was there. I will say this: when I walked into the airport and I was leaving out, I could hear echo in that motherfucker. You know, it was like certain airlines were busy and others were just non-existent. The problem was where the line was mostly at was all those people trying to go in through that one door. All right, it's like you're funneling all these people through one door and you got 2 people working the front door. That's what most of your time was spent at, to be honest with you. So just be prepared for that when you leave in Medellin to save yourself some time. It would behoove you to have that paperwork in your hand and have a screenshot in your phone, because I mean, I have an international plan on my phone. Yes, it worked, but that shit was slow. And I usually it works a little quicker, but you know, out there you on that 2G shit. So it worked a little bit slow. So I had to stand there. I ain't gonna lie. I had a little anxiety or whatnot because like, oh shit, I'm gonna miss my fucking flight. This shit taking too long. Blah, say, blah, ure. So that's what ended up happening was that. Ken Padmore, how was the trip, man? Ken Padmore, I'm about to get to that right now, brother. I'm gonna share my trip with y'all in one moment. And I'm gonna bring a brother on in a few minutes as well. He's gonna share his opinions and whatnot he went through with his stay in Medellin as well, you know. So moving right along past that, my flight was on time. I didn't have any problems, you know. I got me plenty of food, got on a flight, got on a Spirit flight. It was straight. All right. Once I got to Fort Lauderdale is where it got kind of ugly. Once I arrived in Fort Lauderdale, I don't know if y'all know, but for like the past day or two, it's just been terrible fucking weather in Florida. It rained all day. It rained all night. Now, due to how things are with the C word, I should be saying, I said the Roni, um, there are less flights leaving out. So, make a long story short, I had to stay in Florida for a 16-hour layover. Okay. And that's going to go into the part where I'm going to go into detail about this is the reason why this trip ended up being the most expensive trip I ever had to take to Medellin. All right. I had an 18 or 14. I was just going to say for the sake, I had a 15-hour layover. So that means I got to Medellin my normal time around, give or take 6 or 7 o'clock or something like that. And I didn't leave till the next day. So we'll know what that means, right? You have to pay for a hotel room. Along with the hotel room, you got to pay for Uber. Uber from the airport to the Airbnb. Uber from the Airbnb back to the airport. All right. So all these are additional costs that I had to incur to make it out there this time. And on top of that, I mean, you're human, you got to eat, so I had to pay for food while I was in Florida. All this is coming back. All right. So and I'm not the only person going through this because I noticed that a lot of the hotel prices in the area of Fort Lauderdale or whatnot, they have gone up because a lot of people are having to endure these extended layovers. Like if I'm getting off this flight and I see all the people coming from Medellin, they got connections as well. That means they have to do a layover too. So I mean, supply and demand. That's how it works out. So I stayed in Fort Lauderdale last night. It was straight. I was at a decent spot or whatnot. There's a for the first time I honestly stayed in Fort Lauderdale. There's a lot of amenities out there. There's plenty of places to eat or whatnot. But it was raining, so I really didn't want to explore or have time to explore the general area. So I just kind of like fell back a little on that shit. I went ahead and ran the Panda King, grabbed me some Panda King and shit. It was cool, it was straight or whatnot. So bam, all right. I woke up this morning. Uh, or this evening, I should say, caught the 3 o'clock flight from Fort Lauderdale back to New Orleans. I got to New Orleans. It was hot as panther piss. It was like 85 degrees outside. I shit you not, And pretty much that was the end of my trip. But man, like the whole time I was just reminiscing on how much fun I had on this trip to Medellin, fellas. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was like a big event for me because the last time I was there was last year around this time because I went to Cartagena in March, and after March, that's when that shit hit the fan. And I thought back about it, I was like, man, I kind of had regrets for it because I would have preferred to actually go to Medellin if I'd have known it was going to be a year before I got back, but I went to Cartagena instead. But as the old saying goes, everything happened for a reason. I did enjoy Cartagena, but I held the L in Cartagena too. I will admit that shit. I had the L. I had to, take both my hands, stick both my fucking hands out, hold that motherfucking L, and walk back home with that bitch. So that's what I did. But moving right along, that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day and I ain't gonna get into. But yeah, I just went ahead on the hell at L. I ain't tripping. So after that, I made it back to New Orleans. Of course, I had to go and see my son and whatnot. But that's a whole completely different sidebar. Everything was cool with that. So heck, if I had to do it all over again, considering between the tests and the additional hotel stays and whatnot, yeah, I would have did it again. I really do think I'd have did it again. The experience that I had, the old friends that I hadn't seen in a while. And look, shout out to the fellas who was out there. I know I was supposed to meet some people. I mean, look, my bad, fellas. I was able to meet some people out there, but I wasn't able to meet everybody who I wanted to. A lot of guys that hit me up on the sidewalk, whether it been maybe WhatsApp or email or whatnot. Our times were kind of off a little bit, but there was some brothers in there from some of the groups, Paradise Life, the Colombia group, 35 and up. WTU. I did get to meet some WTU members. I did get to do that. Um, I actually saw the owner. I saw Rob, but Rob didn't see me. Rob was walking down San Juan, and I was in an Uber with a little. I was in an Uber with somebody, and I was hollering at Rob. I was like, Rob, Rob, and Rob was just walking. He was looking around, and the movers ended up going down the street. But I didn't make it to Sweet Georgia Cafe. Shame on me. Shout out to Rob. If you do happen to go to Medellin, he has two locations now. I didn't get to see the new one he opened up. But Sweet Georgia Cafe, that's definitely somewhere you should go holler at. It's a good place to meet other YouTubers. It's a good place to meet other brothers that's out there that may be expats or whatnot. This is how you want to make those networks for people that actually stay there. This is how I stayed in contact with people in Medellin while the pandemic was going on who actually lived there. It is a good place to, network with brothers, like-minded brothers that ain't about that bullshit, ain't about all that rah shit, That ain't gonna get you nowhere. Trust me, learn the hard way. Oh, let me go in this comment section right quick. I see y'all. Okay, Kim Mad Boy, how's the trip? I answered that. Those Medellin tickets high as fuck. Natty Bala, no. Natty Bala, they are not high as fuck. I will admit that to you. It's not expensive. And I'm about to get into that in one moment. And damn, who is this? Oh, there's somebody else. All right. I'm about to get into that in one moment, and I'm gonna tell you about the ticket prices and whatnot. And I put it to you like this: a ticket to Medellin is probably half the price of what the average person spends on a night out by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk about if you bring somebody out with you, or you going to one of these expensive ass clubs where you guys spend $50 to get into the door. And I mean, I'm just speaking from my perspective on my end. All right. So, I don't know, depends on what area you live in. If you're in somewhere like I don't know if you stay in California or if you stay in I want to say what's another high end area? New York, Florida, or something like that. So that affects San Diego. I mean, getting in one of those clubs out there, it might be about 40 or 50 bucks. It might be $100. I don't know. But just to say for the safe, once I tell you how much I paid for my ticket, you'll see where I'm coming from. Blaze TV, man. I'm glad to see you here, Blaze TV. Glad you stopped by, man. All right. Do you have to show up 4 hours prior for international travel? No, you don't. But it would behoove you to be at least 3 hours ahead of time. I would say that because I stood outside in that line for at least a good 30, 45 minutes trying to get my paperwork up on my phone. Now, I say that to say this. With the information you have from me now, Road Tide, you should be able to go through that line a whole lot quicker. All right. The biggest holdup was people getting to the front of the line and not knowing what they needed. All right. Like people were going to the front of the line and they had the confirmation number. Typically, that's all you would need. But post-COVID, you need more than that. They want you to have the boarding pass in your hand with the day that you're leaving, where they can actually see that date before they allow you entry into the airport. So that's the difference, Roll Tide. I had to buy another ticket because I missed that window. Exactly. And what's a lot of people are missing that window, Roll Tide. It's just not you. It's not just like a handful of people are, just they're going through that. Like it's just you. You're not alone in that world. There's a lot of people who are missing of it. There are a lot of people who had to rebook and just start their vacation all over again because it was just impossible. People who have jobs, people who have limited time off or whatnot, and they have a certain window to take care of these things and shit. They look at it overall. Once you lose 2 days on your vacation and maybe you only have 7 to spare, then you got to double back and take a test and wait for a result to come back that may take anywhere from 2 to 4 days. You're dead in the water. You sunk. The best thing you could possibly do is take your ass back to the States and find somewhere to go that don't need a test, Then you gotta look at the money that's involved with that as well. Everybody's not rich. Everybody don't got a rich uncle. Everybody don't make 6 figures every year, And most of the people that do, they probably working their ass off anyway. So they definitely on the fucking time restraints. I'm just saying, I could be wrong. There are millionaires walking around here that's working on their fucking laptops and shit. And they got all the time in the world. I just don't happen to know none of them. You know what I'm saying? But as a sidebar, digital nomads, they have all the time in the world, but they're brothers like Roll Tide, there's average, hardworking brothers, out here We have limited amounts of time. Our time is valuable, and a lot of other people's times are. So, just a recap on that. I don't care what you read online at these fucking airlines or whatever the fuck, or your big homie rerun told you, man, bro, I got that bitch. They let me go over 2 hours here. Don't listen to that nonsense. I'll tell you what I saw firsthand. It's 96 hours from arrival time to Colombia. Once again, if you get to Colombia at 3 p.m., you count back 96 hours from then. Technically, I wouldn't even do that. I would go 2 hours ahead. I count 1 o'clock from 1 p.m. on back 96 hours. That's your window. Not from the time you get on the fucking, from wherever you leaving at. Not from when you get to your connection. Not from when you go to your girl house and then you made it to the airport. It's fucking 96 hours from arrival time. So count that shit right, because they will turn your ass around. Trust and believe they'll turn you around. They will not hesitate, because it actually makes them more money, technically, if you think about it. Because you going to have to pay for that fucking ticket to get your ass back home. Just saying. Just a little sidebar. Oh, what's happening with your Marquise Monroe, man? Nice to see you stop by, man. I ain't seen you in a hot minute, cousin. Can't holler at deploy right quick, you hear me? Oh, Callaway in this bitch. Man, what's happening, Callaway? Oh, Callaway in this motherfucker. I knew it was gonna be a good night. Callaway in this motherfucker, you hear me? I ain't seen you stop by in a while, Callaway, bro. I appreciate you hollering at me, big homie, bro. It's always a pleasure to see you. You know, always, always. So, moving right along with that, all right. Brother had mentioned earlier about the higher ticket price. That was Natty Baller, 2007. So, what I took the privilege of doing for the first time is paperwork out. I got everything written down from start to finish what I spent on this trip. You know, now to some of y'all, this may be bird feed. You know, maybe not. You know, but this is just to prove a point that this can be done on a budget. You can have a good time, and as a matter of fact, I came back home with money. So once I get to this grand total, I gotta deduct what I came back home with. Now, of course, I came back home with that and fucking pesos, you know, because it's just the way it ended up working out. You know what I'm saying? Your time start once you get your good results, or start. Wait, let me see something. Your time starts once you get your results, or start the test. Marquise Monroe, how it works is it goes from the date that you took that test, not when you get the results back. And I'm glad you asked that question. Damn good question, Mr. Monroe. And I'm gonna tell you why. I talked to several people. I'm not gonna say any names. Just people in general or whatnot. And in their minds, they thought that their time started from when they got their test results back. So let's just say a young man took his test on Monday and he got his results back on Wednesday. A lot of people, more often than not, were counting from Wednesday because, oh, this is when I got my results back. I got my results back on the 15th, you know, even though I took the test on the 12th. So I'm good. I'm going to start counting from here. And when they got to motherfucking Colombia, they found out that they were about 48 hours past the fucking cutoff. You know, they're like, man, but I got my test back. It doesn't work about it like that. It starts from the time that you stick that motherfucking if I say toothpick, Lord have mercy. From the time you put that cotton swab in your nose and you place it in that tube and they seal it, that's when the time starts. Right there. Not a minute before or a minute after. When they log that time in, that's your time right there. It's not when you get it back. All right. And I want y'all to keep that in mind. That's how that works, because it's counting from the time you took the test. That's when you were either deemed positive or negative. It goes from the time you took the test. Trust me. I'm not gonna say that, but anyway, trust me, I just know. All right. Just take my word for it. I've been there, I went there. I'm not here to steer you no wrong. I'm just here to give people good information so they won't make the same mistakes somebody else did. Or a lot of people go through third, fourth hand information. I'm telling you straight from the horse's mouth what I went through going and coming. All right. That's just something else for you to know. Okay. When you go, and another important part that I missed before I get into this money situation. All right. Going into Medellin, the same process that you go through migration, and you have to present your test and all that shit. When you leave Medellin, you have to do that again, folks. I'm just letting you know. All right. It's that's not most people think, you got to do the migration app going in. When you leave back out, you have to have that migration app as well. All right. You have to fill out that migration app in its entirety. You have to have that confirmation sent to your email before you go through checkpoint security. All right. So this is something else you could do to save yourself some time as well. If you know you're leaving out 24 hours before you leave, log back into that migration app and click on the part where it says exiting Colombia. All right. You have to do it twice. I didn't know you had to do it twice. I just thought you had to do that migration app for entry into Colombia. You will not get out of Colombia if you do not have that confirmation email. All right. They're going to want to see that once you go through customs. They're going to want to see that you have that confirmation email before they stamp your ticket and release you. I'll say stamp your ticket before they stamp your passport and release you. Now, when you go into that migration app, the reason why I say you're going to need your test is because they're going to, in that app, they're going to ask you to provide a picture of your test. So, fellas, I know sometimes you're like, oh, I got to the country, fuck it, and you just forget about your COVID test. You're going to need that copy of that COVID test to get out that motherfucker too. All right. So this is what you do. What I did was when I got my COVID test done, I made like several copies of it, and I just took it with me just in case one got wet or dropped one, whatever the case may be. Just make multiple copies. Copies cost what, 3, 4, 5 cents or whatnot. Don't fuck yourself. Don't make shit harder than what it's got to be. Make your couple of copies of your COVID test, because when you leave out of Colombia, when you go into that app, you're gonna have to provide a picture, a clear picture. Okay. So you take another picture of that same COVID test that you used to get into the country to get out of the country. So it would behoove you to hold on to that test. Look, wherever you keep your passport at, keep that fucking COVID test in the same general area. All right. And you can do this 24 hours prior to your flight. So you don't have to get to the airport and try and do all this shit over again. And in the midst of that, trying to get to your flight on time. You see, that causes stress. Stress is the number one killer. Motherfucker, you done had a good fucking vacation. You've been busting nuts all fucking week long. You're tired. You're ready to get on your flight. And what happened? You're running late. You got to do this migration app. You got to stand in line. The list goes on. So now that you've been warned, these are the things you need to do. All right. Brief recap. 25 before leaving. Make a copy of your passport. Let me say passport. 25 before leaving, make a copy of your passport. Make a copy of your boarding pass. Lord have mercy. Forgive me. It's late. Make a copy of your boarding pass. Fill out the migration app. Have your COVID test. Take a picture of it. Send it to them people. Get the email. All right. Y'all got that? Good. If you didn't hear it, just rewind this over again. And just know the same process you did coming in, you got to do it going back out. Just be aware of that. All right. Just giving y'all a heads up. So, yes. So, that answers that question, Mr. Monroe. Good question. All right. Added my like. What's the deal? Oh, nice to have you here, Jamil Edwards. Appreciate your play, boy. And Marquise, hey, Marquise, I appreciate you, Monroe. No problem. Travelmatic, how was it, brother? Out fucking standing. Look. We're going to get into that part later. All right. I'm about to bring old Joe. We got Johnny Walker. Oh, Lord. Johnny fucking Walker. I'm thinking about licking. I don't even drink. We got Johnny J in the building tonight. He going to come on and he going to share his views on how his time went out there in Medellin and what it was like coming back for him. But before I do that, I'm going to give y'all my numbers that I crunched overall and how you too could have a nice visit on a budget to Medellin. And you don't have to break the bank. And you ain't got to be a cheap Uncle Scrooge ass motherfucker either. You understand? All right. So my round trip ticket to Medellin, there and back, was $200. All right. My hotel stay for 8 days was $220. All right. So right there, we're at $420. All right. My entertainment. All right. This is just a number that I go by. My entertainment, which could be various things. And if y'all know OW, you know, I like all different types of entertainment. I like to go walk up mountains. I like to ride four-wheelers. I like to go to movies. I like entertainment. And I'm saying that because y'all know what type of entertainment I like, but I gotta be nice because they got people out here, and I learned that if you talk about certain things, it hits a button because they dried it. So I'm just gonna say the bullshit that whatever. All right. You know what the fuck I'm getting at. Anyway. So $450 entertainment. Roughly that's 2 million pesos. And I just go ahead on and 2 million pesos is what I get. All right. I mean, it may sound like a lot, but 2 million pesos really ain't shit. That's roughly $450. All right. So you get the 2 million pesos or whatever, and you're good to go. All right. That's pretty much a done deal right there. All right. And the food, I spent 150 on food. All right. And my Uber was like $70. Okay. So that came to a grand total of $1,090. But you got to add another $120 onto that because I had to pay for fucking damn. Hold on, man. Where my thing at? There we go. I had to add another 120 on $120 onto that because I had to pay for a hotel room in Fort Lauderdale. So that's another 120. So what's that? 120. Let's add 120 this right quick. So I can $1,200. That's the grand total. My grand total was $1,200 for my stay. That includes the hotel room in Fort Lauderdale for both times, going and coming. Because going, I had a 12-hour layover, and coming back, I had a 14-hour layover. So grand total of $1,200. Now, that $1,200, I'm going to subtract 100 from because I came back home with roughly 300,000 pesos. All right. So basically, my trip in a whole, give or take 20 or 30 bucks, was $1,100, and that's for an 8-day stay. That included room, that included board, that included nonstop Action Jackson every motherfucking day. It included me eating my Uber here to there from the airport. It included everything. $1,100, 8 days. So I know most folks in here probably make $1,000, every 2 weeks or whatnot, or $2,000 every 2 weeks. It's really not that much money. So if you think about it roughly overall, if you don't go out for 2 weekends, because most guys spend $400 easy on a weekend, if you just stay home 2 weekends out of the month, that pretty much covers all your expenses on if you were to go to Medellin. And like I say, this is for 8 days. So just imagine if you went for 5 days. I mean, shit, you wouldn't spend nowhere near that much, And I don't know, like if you're a person, I don't drink alcohol. And I think a lot of guys drink a lot. And I think when you spend money on alcohol, a lot of y'all cats won't smoke that weed. I think all that kind of gonna run your bills or your expenses up. Hey, but I'm gonna mute you for a second, bro. I got some noise in the background. Yeah, that kind of runs your expenses up. So just take that into consideration as ways that you could like save overall on your trip. It's just things that you could or could not do. And technically, in my opinion, when I was in Parque Yaris that night, they had dogs and shit running around in that motherfucker sniffing. I mean, looking for drugs and shit. So just my opinion, if I was in a foreign country, I wouldn't be out there looking for no fucking drugs anyway, because a Colombian jail is somewhere you don't want to be at. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I mean, if an American jail compared to a Colombian jail, it's like fucking Disneyland. You don't want to be there. All right. Especially for you guys that, probably know like 8 or 9 words in Spanish. That is like a death sentence for you. You don't want to be in that situation. All right. So I pretty much give you a brief run over cost. I put that out there. You know how much it's going to cost for you. How much it cost me to have a good time 8 days. It was roughly $1,100, and I came back home with about 200. Oh shit, I take that back. I came home with $200. I forgot I had. Well, $1,000. Anywhere from $1,000 to $1,100 is what I spent in 8 days. That includes flight and everything. That's what you're gonna need. I gave y'all the process of leaving out of Medellin so you can have an idea of that part. Now I'm gonna bring Johnny on, and he's gonna talk about the fun part about Medellin. All the debauchery and the fuckery that we got into Well, let me take that back. That he got into. I was just there witnessing the shit, man. But yeah, the other part, there's something else I never saw too. They're actually fucking dogs that they had out in Medellin right now, dogs sniffing for drugs and shit. That's the first time I ever saw that. So, brothers, please, by all means, be going out there, be aware that it's out there and do not end up having yourself in a situation that you can't get out of. All right. So, without further ado, Johnny LA, what it do?
What's going on, man? I got about probably about 5 minutes, real quick. But all I gotta say is yeah, it was worth every dollar. And actually, my budget was way less. And actually, OW is a witness to that because I even said my goal was only to spend $350, and that didn't happen. However, I did spend under 500. So I left a happy camper. I got my nuts, I got my raw dogging on, and yeah, you were witness to that, right?
Of course I was. I was there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
so
witnessing that shit, man. Yeah,
I, like I
yeah.
said, I got my rocks off. Matter of fact, I got a girl all night for technically 150 mil, which is what, about $40,
Yeah, about that. Yeah, that's
just
what it
about,
is. Probably about 30,
just
about
about.
39, 38, something like
So
that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, give or take. So like I said, I handle business, and yeah, I took care of it. Like I said, and I will be going back very soon, as we say, very soon. I was very happy. I personally, now that Colombia is open, and actually, I think in the last live you did, I think actually we showed a video of people actually being witnessed being turned around because they were either over on their PCR test. Matter of fact, the shit happened to me. But
Right.
I took a second test before I left, which was smart on my behalf, I believe. Correct.
Absolutely correct.
So
Absolutely.
so I did take my little test, and yeah, like I said, the biggest thing for me, I enjoyed myself, and I'm that 1%. So I got my rocks off. I got my money's worth, and yeah, you will. Like I said, if you don't know what you're doing down there, you will get got. Colombia, and I'm pretty sure OW will agree. It's not the same as before COVID. It was completely different. For obviously for good time, for good purposes. But as far as this Gusto bars, all that shit's really out. I mean, correct or wrong?
Um, I'll say this: it's open, but the prices ain't right, man. It ain't the prices right. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You ain't
Yeah,
going.
yeah, I
You are
was gonna say
not
that.
there for the fucking showcase showdown. They
It
going,
ain't. It ain't
man.
pretty
Gonna
much.
go
It
start
ain't.
it.
It ain't what it used to be. It's not what it used to be.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You can still get your rocks off, but you are gonna pay a pretty dollar. Like I said, me, it just did not work. I would not do that again. Gusto was never really my area to begin with, just because, like I said, the girls are just too expensive. I'm not gonna pay USD for any bitch when I go to Colombia. It's not happening. But moving along, I will just say like this. Matter of fact, actually, we're gonna roll real quick because I got like 2 minutes. But you were a witness actually, and actually, didn't our local guy actually tell us two American criminals got? Correct?
Correct. They did.
They got
Two
got.
of which we have no idea who they are. By the way, who these people are, who got. We just heard this from a random
We,
source.
we were just told that it was two Americans. We don't know who they were, but our local guy actually was with one of them at the police station to do a police report to get him back to Bogota so he can get his passport to get home. So y'all just got to be careful.
Yes, man.
So
It's not a game out there, man. It's not a game, man. Shit can't happen. I will say that. I was in my Facebook feed today, in my Facebook chat, and pretty much somebody had fell victim to some type of fraud or whatnot they had going on out there. This with the scopamine shit. Them bitches are still doing that shit. And I felt sorry for the poor bastard. I never met this guy per se in person, but he shared his story on Facebook with everybody and how it went down. And damn, you know, it's, it's sad, man. It's sad, bro. I don't even want to laugh or make fun of the man or nothing like that, you know. But you gotta watch these people you just bring back to your place for the first time, you know, not knowing these folks, and you want to drink with them and shit,
Um,
man.
but yeah, I'm actually right now. Actually, real quickly, OW, I'm actually
Right,
at work already, so I'm gonna
right.
listen in the chat. But yeah, like I said, y'all have fun. Just be careful to everybody, and just don't get got.
There you go. Don't get got. Don't be front row paid.
Yeah,
There you
don't
go.
get got. That's all I gotta say. But I am gonna be listening, and if there's any questions for me, I'll be able to answer actually in the chat for a bit. Um, but yeah, if there's anything, like I said, don't hesitate.
No problem, my man. Appreciate you having you on, Johnny, bro. You have a
Sounds
good
good,
night.
brother. All right,
Yeah,
man.
you're right. Yeah, man. Yeah, we witnessed some good times and some bad times, bro. But I like to be on these in these Medellin chat rooms and stuff because these guys who actually live out there, they on the front line. And if they not the person that actually getting got, they got close friends that'll tell you like what's the latest scam they got going on, brother. It's going on out there. Now, I have people in different rooms that be like, they say, oh, well, it's at level 4. You shouldn't go to Colombia right now, blase this, blase that. And this is my take on that stance, man. I live in New Orleans, all right? Well, I grew up in New Orleans. I say that. I grew up in New Orleans, fucking murder capital. Man, there was times when I couldn't leave my house and go down the street without seeing like the chalk line, or seeing somebody's shit taped off. And so, like, you leave your house with your wits and you don't fuck around with ignorant motherfuckers, usually you come back home with your life. So I say that to say this. You're not gonna go anywhere in the world where it's just gonna be completely drug or crime free, you know. Now, of course, there are gonna be some places that's a little bit worse than others. But is that any way to live your life to walk around in fear? I mean, for all that, you just go outside tomorrow, go to Home Depot, board up all your motherfucking doors and your windows, and don't go outside. I mean, because everything you do in life is pretty much a gamble and a risk. All right. And I'll say that to say this. I've been to Colombia, I think 15 times now over the past 2 years, two different cities. I've been to Rio, which was supposed to have been one of the most dangerous cities in South America. And I'm here on YouTube talking to y'all fellas tonight, you know. Now, I'm not saying to go out there, with your nose wide open, you know what I'm saying, looking to get got. But I'm saying to say this, if you pretty much have industry smarts about yourself, you should be looking to see, you should know where not to go at. I mean, there's some places you could pretty much look at and just get a bad vibe, be like, damn, everybody open, man, them motherfuckers on Skid Row. I don't think I should be over there, you know? And for the most part, like a lot of these guys, what they don't say, but it'll come out in a police report, uh guy gets robbed. And if you read down at the small print when they meant to say it, oh well, there was about 2 ounces of cocaine found in the room and 30 bags of tussie, I say, okay, well, drugs were involved. So a lot of these times, some, not all, these guys are involving themselves in some sultry activity, and they end up getting caught up in that shit. And when that type of shit take place and you're involved in that type of activity, you can't call the police. Now it's street justice. When you call the police now, you got dope in this motherfucker. This hoe over here, she laid up, she damn near overdosed and shit. Sometimes you got to go ahead and hold that L, get the fuck up out of there. And that's how some of these times these guys end up in them situations, dealing with people that's out there in that fucking underworld. So that's another reason why when I do go out there and I do mess with females, I talk to dudes or whatnot. Once I see they won't get out here, they won't smoke the weed, they won't smoke the dope, and they won't do this and snort that and shoot this. OW go the other way. And I'll be ugly about it. I just fade off slowly, slowly, and they look up, damn, well, W at? Boy, I don't got the fuck on about my business, boy. I'm not going to jail with your stupid ass about you. You won't play them fucking games with these hoes. These hoes is desperate. They're on drugs. They're going to get you. They're going to call their motherfucking gangstar boyfriend from Beijing, and they're going to throw a party on your motherfucking ass up here and take you for everything you work and not work. So in some of those cases too, because I've read about that as well, motherfucking gringo got pitched out the fucking window. He played Superman off the fucking fourth floor and he died. They found narcotics in his room. They found narcotics in his system. So all that shit plays hand in hand I think that's part of the story that gets left out when they go to talking about how dangerous shit is. A lot of that danger is due to people's ignorance. I shouldn't use that word because it's so wrong, but how could I say this? People abuse or substance abuse problems that they bring over there with them, and they end up getting into that underworld type shit, and that's when they're on their own. The people who they engage in that activity know that shit. They pretty much know at that point you're not and can't call the police, so you're pretty much at their beck and call, to say the least. All right, Frank Castle, let me ask you a question right quick, Playboy. What is the cost for accommodations and how much should you bring for good dining? Excursions, if any, are open and going around. There are some excursions that are open, and that's something that you really have to research yourself, Frank Castle, because reason being, um, I wanted to go to Guadalupe, but from what I heard from my tour guide or my guide at the particular time, not everything was completely open as of yet. All right. So fine dining. There's a I don't know if you well shit. Frank Castle, I don't know if you've been to Colombia, but I'm gonna speak to you as if you have been to the Medellin area. Fine dining, there's some places that'll be up in the hills or whatnot that you can go to. All right. Nutibara, you can go to Nutibara, not Nutibara in El Centro. Let me clear that shit up right now. Not down there by Botero. Nutibara and Laureles, you can go there, and there's some nice dining places that you can go to as well there. There's a place I went to in Poblado, and God, I just can't remember the name of it right now. I know it starts with OS, and I can't. Okay, OS Mirador. All right, it's a bar slash restaurant. OS Mirador. It's a fucking nice view over the city to go there. All right, I don't know if y'all have been there. It's located by La Isla. As a matter of fact, it's behind La Isla, and I don't know if it's particularly called that fine dining, but I did have an opportunity to go there. I didn't go there at night. I went there more like the evening hours or whatnot, like going into dusk. And it's a beautiful view they have there over the city, over Poblado. It's up in the hills. The prices are reasonable there. Um, I had a place where we went to for Johnny's birthday, and I can't pronounce it right. The girl told me how to pronounce it when because she corrected me 2 times. But I think it's called La Carreras or something like that. La Carrera. I'll get the exact name of it and I'll post it one day in one of these groups. But I say to say this, it was along the lines of close to like maybe a star beneath Root Steak Chris House, like we have here in the state, in the United States. But it was a real good fucking cut of beef. The vegetables were fresh. And I mean, like the whole presentation of the meal, it was on par with Ruth Steaks Creek House. Ruth Steaks, Ruth Chris Steakhouse. It was on par with that. Okay. So I said to say this, that meal cost me roughly for the steak, the potatoes, vegetales, and what I had got 2 drinks or 3. I think I bought 2 drinks, and I bought the guy who drove there with me one, if I'm not mistaken. But I said to say this: the drinks, sides, everything. It was 1975. All right, and this is for a nice thick cut of meat. So I said to say this: I don't know how many days you'll be there, but on a daily basis, it's like for you and your girlfriend to go out, it's relatively cheap, Frank Castle. So you could get away easy, dude, with like $30 a meal for 2 people. And I'm talking about some good food, not some garbage, not some fucking hot dogs or some fucking hot dog stand off of La Setenta or some shit. I'm talking about a nice sit down uh, meal service, a good meal for a good price, drinks, nice ambiance, everything, 30, $40 max. But for me, I always tip. That's the thing about that. I try my best every time I go somewhere to break that motherfucking rumor. I should say it's not necessarily a rumor because it actually is true. You know what I'm saying? I try to break that stigma that people have towards Black people that we don't want to tip. All right. Because I've worked in the service industry for a lot of years and I see a lot of Negroes walk up and they can know that you work on tips, but just being them, they won't do it or they just fucking cheap. Or I don't know what it is. But then you have some good Black people that come in there that respect that and they take care of you. I try to be one of those good Black people that actually take care of you, you know. So every time I go somewhere, I always tip the waiter. If you give me good service, I'm gonna pop you off. I might tip you as much as my meal was. That's how far I go with that shit, you know. Just like Jewish people have a stigma of being cheap, you know, but that could be further from the truth. Not all people are like that, you know. So count that into with your meal is what I'm saying. If you're a person, you know, you're going out with your girl. So like I said, $30, you might want to say 35 or depending on what you get, you know, it's just do it like that. And the service. And most of the time in Medellin, I will say that when you go places and you have sit down service and you have a waiter, they're usually very attentive to you. All right. First of all, because you're an American, they know that. They hear it in your, even if you speak Spanish, you don't have that Paisa dialect or whatnot, that Paisa sound in your voice. They can tell you from somewhere else. They know that you got money, so they may go above and beyond to show you good service. So what I do in turn for that, you show me good service, I always tip. I show that gratitude. And this does two things, all right? First, it helps remove the stigma. Second of all, these people remember you. All right. So if you're a person like me that leaves the country damn near every other month and you frequent these places, when you come back next time, guess what? They're gonna remember your face. You know, if there's a line outside, guess who's gonna get in? Because even when we were at that restaurant that particular night, there was a limit on how many people could come in, and you're gonna start seeing that more and more often when you're going to these venues now. If you were that person in line and they remember you because you took care of them, guess what? They're gonna pull your black ass out that line and get you a fucking seat in that establishment. Now, if you that stingy ass Negro that came there and you want to tip 2 million pesos and thought it was funny, you know, because your black ass do that shit in these states, you might be standing outside line and walking down the street going to the hot dog stand. But that's just me. Trust me, I worked in the hospitality industry for a long time before and while I was in school, and this is how they talk about you. I'm telling you. That this is how I talk about this. This is I shit you not. I've been in some establishment where black people walk in and the bitches see y'all coming or they see us coming and they be flipping a quarter to see who gonna take that table because they don't want to deal with you, you know. So this is just something to keep in mind. A little appreciation goes a long way with people. All right. You have all the money in the world, but you can't take it with you. You know, so just remember that. You know, a little appreciation take you a long ways. So with that being said, that's the answer to that question. So my budget on food, Frank, for a week, I would say for two people, keep it around $200. And I'm just saying that just in case, because you're probably not going to see that $200 completely being spent. But I would rather have a little extra on the side than not to have enough. So yeah, 150, 200, you're good. I don't see you having any problems at all, to be honest with you. So let me go on back up here. Coast to 32, what's happening with you, brother? Pleased to have you here, man. Good to stop by. Coast 32, you've been around for a long time. Coast is one of the brothers that I met on my second trip to Colombia, I think. I think that was no. That's the first WTU meetup. I think I met him on my first trip there. And I still remember I was feeling sick as a dog. I went in that fucking room. Coasty had the fucking pharmacy in his backpack, you know what I'm saying? Literally. And that brother helped me out because I was sick as a motherfucker. But I didn't know if I was going or coming, but he took good care of me though, bro. Jackson G, the kaboom. Nah, I gotta read your messages, Jackson, before I say them because you be roasting the fuck out of some of my co-hosts, dog. I don't see how you sleep at night, Jackson Jeter, bro. I don't know how you do it, bro. You do this shit with a fucked up conscience. Let me see. Can I read this out loud? Okay, yeah, all right. Guess who stepped in the room? Had to come here where it's cool and calm. I was just watching the latest episode of Clowns of the Soup. What up, though, cousin? Man, I can't call it Jackson Jeter, bro. And you know, I'm not even gonna ask. I already know where you was at. You know what I'm saying? When you said Clowns of the Soup, man, I just, you know, hey, man, let that go. You know, hey, to each his own, man. So, I mean, I guess it makes for good entertainment. You know, I hear about it. You know, I try to stay clear of all that, man. You know, because I don't want no beef. I ain't trying to get in all that type of, you know, I just don't. But they got too much money out here to be made and too much pussy that I could be pounding to be out here trying to street fight with niggas. And I'm just saying about it, bro. But I appreciate you stopping by, bro. That's what's up. Chris Crawford. Damn, Chris, where you been at, man? Oh, don't tell you been hiding from OW, bro. I ain't seen you in a while, Chris, bro. You gotta stop on by. Come holler at your boy every now and then, bro. You know I be here and there and everywhere. And you talking about Guadalupe is cheap, then you must know I be off in motherfucking Medellin a lot. You do too. Hit me up with an email, bro. We can get together, you know what I'm saying? Share a drink or two. Once again, OW don't drink no alcohol. Don't see myself drinking no alcohol in the near future, but we can get together, we can chop it up, you know. Because me and Sensei was hanging tight this motherfucking trip out there, bro. You know, Sensei would stay close to where I was at. So me and Sensei would rally up, you know. I learned a few new words of Spanish and whatnot, you know, like that, you know. That's about it. But I appreciate you stopping by, though, man. Buenas, Cuba, pues, parcero. Como van todo el gente, pues. Ah, mi amigo, la cuenta Fox. ¿Qué más, pues? Hey, bro, glad to see you stop by, La Cuenta Fox, man. See that right there? See that Cuba, parcero? That is muy paisa. You know what I'm saying? You don't hear that shit. Que lo que? No. Ain't no que lo que in Colombia. You know? Yeah, no. Keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? It's Que más pues, Cuba parcero, like Mexicano, you know, that's so paisa. All that is paisa, straight up paisa, you know. So I know this brother LaQuinto Fox, he know all the fucking Colombian slang. He spends plenty of time in Medellin. También. But LaQuinto Fox, bro, glad to have you stop by, man. Great to see you here. Great to see you here. Let me see here. Close to 32, greatest moderator in Dreams History TV. What it do? See, everybody know about damn, I'm getting these names. Close 32, man. 3-2 in the building, you know. That's what's up, man. Quinta Fox. All right. JJ, what you say? Was bars on 10th Street open? JJ, hell to the motherfucking yeah. They was open. Yes, sir. They was open. Matter of fact, I had did a live out there in Parque but I end up taking it down. Some guys were telling me AOW, it was kind of choppy, blah, 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 but they could hear me clearly out there talking to the females and shit. It was a good time. Who was out there? It was me, Sensei, Johnny LA, and Black American Expat. We was all out there. Oh, and the another guy, I can't remember his name. He was a Jamaican cat, you hear me? We was like 5 deep. We was all out there, you hear me? Just running, chopping it up. But I said to say this, bro. Me and my old lady, we had went to Parque Yaris, I think the night after that, all right? And we had got let out on Calle 10. And bro, the reason why we got out because it was so many cars and traffic and people out there, so it was faster for us to get out and walk, you know. And when I say people out there, you got plenty of people out there, dude. You got the Negroes out there peddling their trade. You get out the car, you're gonna smell a weed in the air, let you know you're right back at home. You're on Calle 10, you smell a rabbit grass burning, you know, and you got the folks out there, you got the pretty women, you got your beggars and shit. I told dude before, bro, if somebody don't call, you know, I see somebody out there, you know, they ain't trying to sell me something or hustle me something, I'll be like, man, what's wrong? The shit is dead. But it was alive and well. You had the bars were open. Shit, what else was open, man? They got this place called Swing Lounge, all right? And it's a block off of, I'm sure a lot of people don't know about this. It's like one of the hidden gems or whatnot. But it's a place called Swing Lounge. It's off of Calle 10. It's like you walk up a block, you make a left. But anyway, this is where these upper class, you know, high sorority type motherfuckers hang out at. But them bitches be getting down in there. Them motherfuckers be in that bitch high on every fucking drug known to man. They be doing it in that motherfucker, believe me. And right next to it, it's like a what you want to call like a Caribbean type club. It's like it's got the Jenny Lau vibe, but it's a smaller club, and it's right next to the Swing Lounge. And the fucking Swing Lounge is this big, huge ass building. The fucking building is probably, I'm gonna say about 13, 14 stories high, right? But downstairs, they have like the regular little lounge or whatever. And as you go up, that's where the party go at. Then they got hotels rooms in that bitch too. Just saying, this is these little hidden gems that I found in Medellin this trip that I did not know existed. Now, the little club next to the motherfucker, the bitch is packed. And it's a block off Calle 10. The bitch ain't got no signs on it or nothing. All right, that's the crazy part about it. Me and my girl went in that bitch. That bitch was packed. It was crunk. You heard? It was like everybody knew about this fucking club. It didn't have no sign on that bitch. They had two DJs in that motherfucker, a bar, an open lounge in that bitch, and it was in that bitch dancing, salsing, stepping. They were doing everything in that motherfucker, you know. And it was off the beaten path. It wasn't in Parker Yards. It wasn't over there by fuck the name of that fucking that rat trap over there. Shit, man. We were just talking about this shit a second ago. What's the name of the club over there? They be beating the fucking gringos out of their money for up and they're charging them high price. Gusto's, yeah. It wasn't over there by Gusto's. It was on the other side of Calle 10. And it's right next. If you find motherfucking the swing lounge, look right next door to it. You go in that bitch, I promise you're gonna have a good time. They're gonna have a big 6'3" ass nigga in there. They're like you straight from the fucking Bronx, bitch braided up and shit. He gonna buy the front door. They're gonna let you in there, and when you get in there, it's going down. I'm just saying. And we stumbled across that place. We had a good time. Now, my girlfriend, she drink. I don't drink. So I took advantage of that shit. If I got her nice and soft stuff and brought her back home and put her in a motherfucking pretzel. But that's for a story for a different day. Anyway, yeah, it's a good time. And to answer your question, JJ, hell to the yeah. Calle 10 is alive and well. You want to go out there on a Saturday night, and this may sound crazy to you, but even Sunday night now in Medellin was popping. Because I had to catch a ride out that way for something. I forgot what I was doing. Don't ask me. I can't remember because I was doing so much. I don't know if I was going to meet somebody or whatever. But even on Sunday night, Calle 10, they still had the benders out, and I'm more than sure Gusto's. And see, that's the thing. Parque Yards is more than just Gusto's, fellas. I mean, somebody else come along and hear that. It's like everybody just knows Gusto's, all right? And I think the novelty of it is actually wearing off because when I was out there, Gusto's was open, but they wasn't packed. And the guys were actually out front trying to get people to go in there. Now, if you know anything about Gusto's, like prior to this pandemic, they would have so many people in front trying to get into Gusto's. Those guys, especially on a busy night like Saturday or Sunday, they wouldn't be out there trying to get nobody to come in there. They'll be out there in front trying to work the elevators, to keep people because it got to the point to where you had to actually wait. I remember when I went in that motherfucking Gusto's one time before this shit happened. It was me. Damn, I ain't gonna say y'all brother's name. I'm just gonna say y'all was at the get together at the WTU meetup. And when we got upstairs, we actually had to wait in line to get out of that motherfucker because we only got one elevator. So that just gives you an idea where you could actually, get an idea of where I'm coming from when I'm making these statements online right now. Prior to all this, those guys were busy trying to maintain who was coming in and out. They didn't have time to be out in the streets like, hey, man, come on in, They got girls upstairs. They got this, they got that, blase, blah, ooray. They're trying to pull people in. Hence, that means their business isn't up to where it used to be at back in the days, clearly. And when I saw that and Sensei saw that, me and Sensei like, man, I'm not going up in that motherfucker. I said, I'm not going in there either. What the fuck am I going there for? Bitch gonna tell me $200, for I see something wrong with a little bump and grind for $200. Bet you done lost your mind. I'm not paying it. I'm not doing it. I ain't here for that. I'm good. I'm straight. So me and Sensei went on about our business. Pretty much we was girl watching, pretty much at that point because me and Sensei already know where our bread and butter at, Sensei speaks perfect, fluent freaking Spanish, It's to the point where he speaks Spanish so good that he corrects some Spanish speaking motherfuckers that's from the fucking country. Me, my Spanish is okay. It's not great. I mean, and once they go to talking too fast, I'm fucking lost, tased, and confused. I don't know what's going on. All I can tell them is to slow down and hopefully I can get it. But I do know at least 1,000 words in Spanish. Like 1,000 words in Spanish, yeah, I got that. Probably a little bit more. But long story short, we have that edge. And we're not gonna spend no $150, no $200 for no entertainment. It's just not gonna happen. Now, if that's your thing and you're rich, please, by all means, you go ahead on and do that. We need you to come down there and blow your money and keep the economy rolling. For cheap motherfuckers like ourselves to come there and thrive, off all your hard work. Please, by all means, do so. But yeah, that's the reason why we didn't go in Gusto's, bro. But I'm just saying to say this, bro. Parkeyeris is more than just Gusto's. You got to walk around, see those little side streets over there on the side that you scared to go down or whatnot. Don't go by yourself. Get a couple of your fellas and go walk down those side streets and check out those little hidden gems over there. I'm telling you, they got regular girls that be over there. If you, I hate using this word game. I think the fucking game is just overrated. But if you're able to engage and have a decent conversation with somebody, they got some ladies out there that might just be looking for a good time. You know what I mean? You might just be that person that night, So go look at those little hidden gems over there. Because trust me, I found one. And I said to say this. Me and my girl have been kicking it for a long time. But if I'd have been in that motherfucking regular club by myself, I am not responsible for what OW may have done. Just saying, they was in there, and they ain't look like they was no working girl. I'm just because if they was working and you in Parkeyeris, you wouldn't have been over there at that spot. You'd have been over there by the gringos trying to box them unknowing, ignorant motherfuckers in the head for some extra dollar. But they wasn't. They was over there having a good time. They were chilling with their girls. They was getting their motherfucking they drink Colombianos. They don't drink Presidente. What that is, Aguila. I think it's Aguila. They're sipping on some Aguilas and shit, So having a good time. So I was feeling that. So it was all to the good, bro. Can't complain about that. Not one bit. And let me see. All right. Damn. I think I fell off of there. Let me fix my shit right quick. I think I had a technical difficulty right quick. All right, bam. I'm back. I'm back. Okay, the bar is open. Let me get back down this comment section. But I'm on my computer and my phone, and something went down right quick. All right, bam. Ryan was. How much Spanish do you need to know to feel comfortable? Say, Ryan. That's a damn good question, Ryan. And I'm gonna tell you something. It depends on who you are and what you're trying to do, Playboy. I'm gonna say it simply like that. I'll say this. Hola and como estás ain't gonna fucking cut it. Nope, that ain't gonna get it. I'm sorry. That's not gonna get it. Hola, como estás, ain't gonna get it. Tu bonita, that ain't gonna get it either, because after that, what do you say? It's like most guys, it's like, I want to know how to tell a girl she's pretty. You're like, oh, you bonita. Like, it's you gotta know a little bit more than that, For me, just baseline, just for you to start out, for you to know something, to feel comfortable, a minimum 500 words. I'm gonna say it like that, a minimum of 500 words. And that ain't even really gonna be where you need to be at, but just to be a little bit comfortable, there's some classes online that you can take. See, once you go get into this future tense, this past tense, I was talking to Sensei about that this week, and that's why I get lost in the sauce at future tense, past tense, present tense. Once you get to those tenses, don't worry about all that right now. Just for you to get started, and I could be wrong, you might want to get your teacher, but from my perspective, get you 500 words in Spanish that you know, all right? That you know, whether a woman saying it or a man is saying it, get those 500 words. If you know those 500 words and you can remember them words, you can start to put together sentences. You can communicate for things out of necessity that you need. If you lost, it started perdido. Some people don't even know how to say that they lost, but they want to go to these countries. It's DR, maybe you get away with that shit. So it's so close to America. A lot of people speak the language. But once you get into Colombia and you start going into Envigado, Sabaneta, Laureles, you start going into Cali, Colombia, Cartagena, maybe not so much because that's a tourist town, whatever. But you're gonna need to know some Spanish there because not many people are gonna speak the language, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's a completely different beast. When I went there for the first time, I shit you not, I didn't even know how to say shoe in Spanish. I barely knew how to ask for a bottle of water. I would just say agua and point at shit. I was literally going to stores pointing at shit that I wanted. I was pointing at the fucking menu because if the menu didn't have pictures, I was gonna fucking starve to death because I didn't know how to say I wanted some chicken and I wanted a hamburger, you know. So I mean, it's cool. You're going down there, you having a good time. Yeah, the first, second time maybe, but you going into that third and fourth trip, you got to learn you some Spanish, you know. And I think you're doing yourself a disjustice if you don't, pretty much at that point, because now you know this is where you want to be at. It's more than just you going down there and fuck and get your rocks off. You need to start indulging yourself into the culture, be able to communicate with people and be able to say more than hola and buenas noches. Trust me, I done heard it all. Buenas noches, you know, como va todos. Todos? What the fuck is? Just saying, 500 words. Start off with that. That's a good foundation for you. And you can go on YouTube tonight if you want to. There's tutorials that you can listen to while before you go to sleep. That's how I first started out myself. You listen to that shit before you go to sleep and it help, you know. And even if you out there and you messing with pros and shit, believe it or not, I'm not saying I fuck with pros. I know you hating that bitch ass niggas is out there listening. I don't fuck with pros, haters. But if you were to fuck with a pro and you was able to speak a little bit of that language, that price may drop 20, 30%. I'm just saying, it's possible. It's possible. Because you know, you could be digging in them guts and you saying some things in Spanish that she may or may not like. The next time you come back, oh, Poppy, I just go ahead on here. Instead of staying for an hour, I might stay over here 2 or 3 hours because I like your conversation and the way you make me feel. Oh, my feet hurt and I've been walking all night. I'm just gonna stay here and get some dick. Take this dick from you, and I'm gonna settle with these 150 pesos you're gonna give me, and I'm gonna stay over here all night. It's possible. I'm just saying it didn't happen to me. It didn't happen to anybody that I know. But just take my word for it. It's highly possible. So if that's the motivation that you need to learn the language, brother, by all means, please pick up on it. Because Colombia is a different beast. And I'm gonna tell you the reason why it's like that. You know, when I practice most of my Spanish, when I'm in Colombia, when I'm in the Uber, I'm driving around, when I'm riding around in the Uber with the Uber driver, because they tell me the reason that the English classes there are very expensive. All right. And a lot of people can't afford to go to school for, you know, to speak English, you know. The English classes are expensive. So they say, like, for the most part, if they're gonna pay for a class or whatnot, it's gonna be something to where it'll be a job or whatnot that'll be more lucrative or whatnot that they could afford. But English classes are expensive. So a lot of motherfuckers that they don't speak no English, you know. So it would behoove you in your future endeavors to learn some of their language. Yeah, it becomes more, you know, it's more respected, you know, because you know a little something. And you'd be amazed. Like LaQuinta Fox, he's using like Paisa slang, all right? And that's strictly indigenous to that area. Like, for instance, like the person would say traffic. They're the person that's in Medellin, they'll say mucho taco. Now you thinking of a fucking taco, you thinking of a fucking what to call it, taquero taco. But you thinking about Taco Bell or some shit. Mucho taco, they got food in the street. No, in Medellin, taco is traffic. They say words like chevere, becano, papaya, uh, ¿cuál es? It's a couple of other words they had to use. Tinto. Did I say bacano? Yeah, it's a couple of other words they have to that's strictly from Medellin, you know, and he'll use those words. And you use those terms with the locals, they it shows a term of endearment, you know, that you're actually interested in their culture and you know some of their words, you know. That'll help you out with prices, all kind of shit. Like, hey, Cubo parcera. You can say parcera for a female, parcero, you know, or just say parce. Parce could go either way. That's another word that's very paisa, you know. Just shit like that. Nine nine kukas. That's an old. That shit's actually funny. You tell somebody nine nine kukas, you hear me? But yeah, man, just pick up on a few words, especially some of the dialect that's indigenous to those people in that area. It'll take you a long ways. Trust me. OW then saves a lot of money. Just trust me. Learn them 500 words. All right. And if you need some help, take your ass over there by Domain. That's my motherfucking sensei. You go holler at sensei. Sensei gonna get you right. You know, I'm gonna tell you that right now. He gonna get you right, you hear me? Believe that. Frank Castle, what you got over here? What about wearing suits in Medellin? Was told in Bogota it won't make you a target as long as you avoid some areas and use Uber. But not sure about Medellin from what I heard. Frank Castle, I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. I'm trying to steer you the wrong way, nothing like that. But I've been in Medellin 14 times. Yeah, 14 times I've been in Medellin. And not once have I ever went anywhere and I saw somebody in a suit, like a real suit with a tie and some dress shoes and shit. Unless it was Halloween. He was dressing up as an investment banker or some shit. And even then, his suit wasn't all the way tight. Like it was like a prank, like a prank suit almost, you know, like a Joker or some shit. Like you fuck funny man. You if I was you and I was going to Medellin, and by you being a gringo, and I say that not in a disrespectful way when I say gringo, because gringo is nothing but simpler than a westerner. You know what I mean? You're from the west. It's not. I'm not using it in a way to demean your characters. What I'm trying to get at. If I were you, I wouldn't wear a suit there. You know, not out in the street. Now, if you have some sort of business meeting or whatnot, or you're working in the office environment, yeah, that'll be good. But I'm gonna say 9 out of 10 times, if you're there just visiting, or if you're just hanging out with the locals in local areas, like for me, I don't really do pocket. Yes, Joe, I like a Avenida 33 y La 70. Those are the areas that I like. That's what I like to go to because it's more places where the locals hang out. Now, the people that you'll see dressed up in suits and that, they may be the people who may be the can't say conducir, damn, like the chauffeurs and shit. That's what I'm trying to get out. The chauffeurs. They might be like the drivers or something, or they might be in the service industry or something like that. You may see them dressed up in a suit. And even then, that's a rare occasion, you know, because that's more the upscale, the people that are into the what you call those people, the mayors and stuff. I can't think, it's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of it, you know. Politics. The people that are involved in politics or whatnot, they'll have people around them dressed up in the suits and things of that nature. Because you gotta look at, man, most of the people there, they just dress in jeans and in shirts. All right. And something else you don't want to do when you're in Medellin. Don't stick out like a sore thumb walking around in fucking shorts. All right. Most of the men there, they don't wear shorts. Most of the men in Medellin wear pants. All right, the pantalones. They'll keep on pants. They'll wear a nice they may have like a t-shirt on, a camisa, you know, with a little collar shirt, you know, going on, something like that, you know. But for the most part, that's how they dress, you know, pretty much casual. The whole suit and tie thing, I'm really pressed right now. Like, I don't want to give you any bad information, but I'm thinking real hard about when I actually seen a man walking around in Medellin with a fucking suit on and a tie with the whole Steve Harvey look, 1999 era type shit going on, you know, era circa 2010 Steve Harvey suit. No, I don't really remember that, and I'm hard pressed. So no, I wouldn't do that if I was you. My honest opinion, dude, if you're gonna go to now, if you're in Cartagena, that's different because that's more of a beach town, you know. I'm thinking about right now. It's some funny shit, man. God bless his soul. But I have a close friend of mine who used to be in Medellin a lot, and bro, I don't know if y'all remember back in the 80s, you know, because in the 80s, well, I'm gonna say the 90s, because I came up in the 90s. Back in the 90s, they had these fucking shorts that these cats used to wear, used to be the McGregors or whatever. Um, anyway, we used to watch 70s basketball with the coach of the team. And he used to have these fucking high ass shorts and McGregor shorts, man. You know, back in Larry Bird days, they had them high ass shorts on, like them nut huggers. You hear me, like little baby Disney dudes that be rocking them bitches, be on the court with them. Well, anyway, there's this one guy that I knew, and he used to walk around Medellin with these fucking tight ass shorts on. And I mean, but it would just kill me, bro. And I'd just be like, dog, bro, who gonna tell this man something, dog? Who gonna tell him? Somebody telling you something. You walk around a bit like it's cool, you know? And I'm like, dog, he the only man. Well, I say, dog, he the sole thumb, bro. He the eyeball, dog. Y'all gotta tell him something. Man, that's that man's shorts, man. That's that man. You won't wear that shit. I be saying, boy, y'all some bitch ass niggas, bro. Y'all see this fucking man walking around out here. He think it's the right thing to do, but it ain't, you know? Man, rocking them nut huggers. And it was weird because the men in Medellin, they'll see it and they'll take a double take. They'll be like, oh, okay, he a gringo. He don't know no better. But then they looking at us because they hear me and my friends talking Spanish and they know that we from down here. And like, why y'all just sending that man out there on that mission like that with them Daisy Dukes? Like, get him off of him, you know? Tell him something. It's fucked up. But I said to say this, bro. Don't wear a suit, no bow tie out there in the streets. And please don't wear them high rising McGregor shorts up to your motherfucking ass because they think you might be it's a little suspect, dog. Like Rigger really might be questioning, you know. Yeah, you pinch hitting, you heard me? So yeah, dog, you don't do that. Don't say I didn't warn you, because I'm telling you now, don't. Yeah, ain't where it's at, soldier. So, and we move on back to this comment section and see where I was at, bro. Damn, I don't miss. Oh, cool. Okay. What about what was told in Bogota? It won't make you a target as long as you're. Yeah, that's true. I mean, I've never been to Bogota, but I have a lot of friends that have businesses in Bogota or whatnot, you know, and I haven't seen them. And that's even that. I mean, listen to how you put it. He said, as long as that you use a Uber. So what does that say? Some areas and use Uber. You see those two words right there. I wouldn't even ask after that. Some areas and use Uber. That means something's wrong with that. That means you have to stay in a vehicle that's moving and only in some areas. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I just say it though. Don't do it. Learn some basic Spanish at least. Yeah, Chris Crawford. Yeah, I mean, dog. Yeah, it's real. Learn something basic, bro. You need some basic Spanish. That's why I say 500 words. If you can master 500 words just starting out, and I mean, believe me, trust me, 500 words is quick. Because the first 500 gonna give you meaning to the rest, you know, and everything else just fall in line after that. You start putting words together, it's like just basic shit, you know. K, lo, la, I, E, O, tu, T, that. It's just simple shit like that. And you go to add that shit up. Just now you heard me. That was damn near 8 words I just said. That was 8. So just imagine how easy it is to get to 500, you know, and to know them. And you can put those simple phrases together. You know how to ask for food. You know how to cuss a motherfucker out, you know, which you may not need that shit. I'm just saying, just putting it out there. You know how to ask for directions within 500 words. You can order food within 500 words. You can ask the person how they doing within 500 words. You can tell a motherfucker you're not interested within 500 words. Now, once you start getting into 1,000 and 2,000, that's when you start getting into being able to hold, you know, 10, 15-minute conversations with people and you be able to understand what's going on around you. If not for nothing, bare minimum, please, fellas, know enough Spanish to know what's going on around you. A lot of time when these dudes be getting robbed and shit out here, the bitches be saying this shit right in front of them, but they just think you dumb gringo. You don't know shit, you know? So they can shoot all kind of shit over your fucking head, you know? And trust me, once the just know, I don't even, that's a whole nother tangent I'm gonna go off into. I'm not even gonna go into that. But just trust and believe, bro. Know what's going on around you. Take my word for it. All right. Chris Crawford, okay, he on point. Yes, real talk. Y'all read that. Exactly. Exactly. Right there. You know what I'm saying? The Clinton Fox, always on point, you hear me? Nah, the Perina isn't always in the car. They suppose this is something else they're supposed to do too. Yeah, I don't know if y'all know about this in the customs or whatnot. I'm glad you brought that up, LaQuinta Fox. The the tip is usually included in the final cost, but it's customary. They're supposed to ask you, servicio. All right, they're supposed to ask you, do you want a tip? All right, in most cases, and sometimes it depends on the venue. If he has a point, it will be added in. But in most cases, it's customary when you're in Colombia, they will ask you, do you want to add the tip in with the damn la cuenta with the check. They're gonna ask you, do you want to add the propina in with the check? All right. So there's some places most places that I've been to. I don't know LaQuinta Fox may know because he's been there more than I have, and they'll just add it in. But in most places that I've been to, before they add the tip in, they'll ask you like, Senor, do you want to, add a propina in or whatnot? And they'll go ahead on and throw it in there or whatnot. But for me, I usually tell them no, I want to tip you separately, because whatever they gonna put, like the percentage of the bill is or whatever, usually I tip more than that anyway, So I just be like no, and when they be like, oh, okay, you know, and they'll come back to the table, and I give them like $10 or some shit, $5 or $10, I don't know, depends on how I feel that night, because in the States I usually tip $5, so that's like what 1,500 pesos, so I probably tip them like between 10 and 1,500 pesos, and usually that's more than the cost of the bill anyway, depending on what I got to eat. Like if me and my girl went somewhere to eat and I done spent about $30 or whatever, I'll go ahead and tip them $5 more. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. I'm not telling you to do that. You do what the fuck you want to, but just leave something there. And like I said, that take you a long way. Them $5 ain't gonna make you or break it. And I look at it like this: if you stressing behind $5 on a bill or somewhere to eat, your ass need to stay your black ass at home anyway. If $5 is mean that much to you, if you're on that much of a budget, where if $5 gonna put you in or keep you out the po house, maybe, just maybe, you should stay home. Come back and things are a little bit better for you. That's all I can say about that. All righty then, moving right along. Just in case research, man. What's that in just in case, man? I ain't seen you in a while, Playboy. You came in mosey on through the night, come meander around for a while and holler at your boy OW. I appreciate you, and I'm gonna take this moment right now to put in a shameless plug. And I'd appreciate y'all that's here tonight, but I appreciate y'all if y'all double back and click back and hit that like button for me. I really appreciate it. You know, um, Having a good show with y'all tonight. All my friends that came through and hollered at me. Some of y'all I ain't seen in a while, but I'm glad y'all stopped by for whatever reason. It's good. I'm glad that y'all here. And hit that like button, bro. Go ahead on, step on it, smash on it, wipe your feet on the rug, whatever you want to do to it, but just make sure you hit that thumbs up. All right, Jason E, man. Some of these airline clerks need a coaching on how to read a COVID test. Say, cousin, let me run something by you what I do, you hear me? I'm gonna be all the way a buck with you there. I got something for their funky ass there. Now, what I do when I go through that bit, what I did, I ran a copy off of my COVID test in inglés y español también. Yep, that's right. I sure did. I had both copies. So I put one copy in their face with the date, because really what they're keying in on is the date, but also the other information that they may want to read down about, negative, positive, czars, no czars. I made sure that I had copies in both English and Spanish to hand to them. So it wouldn't be a question of maybe they don't understand it, maybe this, maybe that, maybe they didn't feel like reading English, maybe they was in a bad mood and feel like, motherfucker, you knew you was coming to a Spanish speaking country and you gonna hand me this English and you expect me to be able to read this shit. Fuck you. Go back where you come from with that shit. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, that's part of the reason. That's one thing I do. I noticed you said that people need to learn how to read these tests. Sometimes, and to be honest with you, that made it go by a lot easier when I was going through customs. They looked at one copy and looked at the other one like, oh, it's in Spanish. They took and they read the Spanish copy. You know, they threw their little head up at me, they gave me the head nod or whatnot, and bam, I kept pushing. And that I'm not saying that made a huge difference, but I know it made it easier for them, made the process easier, and we just worked with it like that, you know. So that's something that I did, you know. But good question, Jason. Well, good comment, Jason. Wow, you look coaching, bro. Might help him, man. Coasty. Coasty say, how was the park? I think I answered that question in depth, Coasty. I think yeah, I got to that one, cousin. Believe that. I got to that one. The park is the park, you know, and I don't think that's gonna be changing no time soon. You know, it's a the motherfucker got a bullseye on your fucking watch. They hunting gringos down there. You know, I'm be honest with you. They hunting gringos. And I know this for a fact because of something. I think I told this story before, man. I'm gonna tell this story again. And this is what, you know, put the exclamation point on letting me know as a traveler that in that particular area around Calle 10, Gusto's, and that little whole little Parque Yaris area right there, that if you're an American, they're targeting you there. This is my second or third trip to Colombia. All right. And the whole little WTU group was out there. This is when WTU had just started getting his wings, man. We wasn't even up to like, I think we might have had around 50 members at the time, you know. But you know, as of now, WTU, I don't think they're accepting them. But anyway, I'm just rambling off on a tangent. Here we go again. Anyway, I'm gonna go through the story. WTU, meet up. I met a young lady. I was staying in the San Juan area. She came to my house and we sat down and we talked and we played dominoes for a little while. She won, you know, she got me. So I had gave her roughly around $30 at the time, you know. Well, fuck, we were gonna say $40, round it up. She won the dominoes game, she got it out of me. I gave her the $40. Cool. You know, I like, all right, cool, nice meeting you, whatever. Get back with you later. Oh, by the way, next time you come and see me, if you come by my house, you know, and you just so happen to win or lose again, it'll just be $15. $15, you say? Yeah, $15. Come on my house, you know, but you better win. I'm like, shh, bitch, I'm losing $15. I lose every motherfucking game behind $15. Okay, so get the numbers in your head, right? Backtrack. $40, $15. I go to Parker Yeris. I see this same girl with a group of her friends, right? And I'm with a group of my friends. And particular time or whatnot, I knew I knew enough in Spanish to ask a motherfucker how much it was for a domino game, you know. So my friend said, "Damn, bro, you know her?" I'm like, "Yeah, I know her. All the fucking pilots. Hell yeah, dude, just at my house, you know. Blase blah, hooray. Man, OW. I don't know how to tie my shoes in Spanish, bro. Just ask her how much it'll be for you know come by the house, bro. Play a quick game of dominoes, you know, to 50. You know what I'm saying? 50 points? I'm like, yeah, all right, cool. I asked the same girl that just left my house 30 minutes prior to going to Park of Yaris, how much it'd be for a quick game of dominoes. Quick game of dominoes, you know what I'm saying? Maybe hours or something like that. This bitch turned around and told my boy $100. That's right. 200 mil plus taxi. You hear me? Well, we're gonna say 250 mil roughly plus taxi. You know, I go to rounding shit up. I go to thinking about taxi to and from because bitch, she gets you to bring her back. She might live wearing fucking Beijos some fucking way. Her taxi might be another 50 mil. 25 going. You gotta get her to your house, 25 going back. We just gonna round that shit up and say she doubled her motherfucking price, you know. Between her catching a fucking taxi from San Juan, Calle Cuatro Cuatro to Parque Yeras, she was charging double the fucking price. And it just wasn't him. Another guy from a group approached the same girl and asked her the same question. Well, I can say the same girl that was in her group, and was roughly the same thing, you know, for a domino game. Yeah, you come play dominoes. I come play a quick game of dominoes at your house with a low price of $80 USD. Mind you, the motherfuckers weren't even talking pesos no more. They didn't want to play dominoes for pesos no more. Bitch, no. We want US to the motherfucking D. And if you ain't paying that, we ain't talking to you. And what was ironic about this shit was, I'm like, bro, I could take a Uber back to my house right now for $1.25 and call this same number that I got in my phone, and you gonna play dominoes for $15? You and your girls? Are we gonna sit down and play a three man domino? Me, you, and your girl. May the best man win, and it's gonna be $30 for everybody at the table. This is the shit that I had to wrap around my mind, and I was still green at the time. I was still getting, accustomed to this whole thing of like, it's all look. Give her that term in business where they say location, location, location. The same rules apply. And when I grasped that shit, I was like, damn, okay. I need to learn language and stay the far fuck away from Parker Yarris as possible. You know what I'm saying? Like I had an epiphany right quick, and it hit me. So I say to say this, that's when I realized that the park is gonna be the park, man. That's the answer to that question, Kosi. How is the park? The park is alive and well. You walk around that bitch, they got bullseyes on motherfuckers' wallets. Not by it being post pandemic, in pandemic times, it may be a little less here and there, but there are people who I've talked to who've came down there and they've been approached in the same manner. They gonna try you. They gonna try you. A motherfucker tried me. Motherfucker told me straight up, $100, $300. I was like, okay, nice talking to you. And maybe we can play some blackjack or some shit on the table later. But one thing we won't be doing, we will not be playing $100 blackjack. That's what ain't gonna happen. $100 blackjack, $100 21. I'm good. I take me a ride back to Parker Yarris and go play fucking pity pat. For $15, $20. That's just me. Now, you big baller, you making 100 grand a year, money ain't a thing to you. Fine, fuck it, go throw it away. But with that frame of thought of mine, why not just stay here in the States, nigga? You got it like that. Blow your money here. You ain't gotta go nowhere. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Open up an OnlyFans account or some shit. I mean, if you're living like that. But that's just me. Simps will be simps. I'm not here to save the world. I'm just here to deliver a message. Do as you please. Moving right along. And who we have right here? No doubt, been working, brother. Going to DR next month and back to Medellin in January. Chris Crawford, you're living your life, man. That's what the fuck I'm talking about, Chris Crawford. That's how you do things, my brother. I was hesitant about going to DR, no doubt about it. And I will say this, that going to DR was a good choice. Everything happens for a reason. Had this epidemic had not taken place, I would have never stepped foot in DR. I shit you not. It just wasn't in my cards at the time. But now that I've been in DR, I have a new respect for the place. I'll put it to you like that. I'm not going to say it's all good. All places have their pros and cons. It's just when you form a network in a particular area, you start to get better prices. You start to see things a little different. You start to learn your way, so to speak. And my first day in DR was hard. It was my first day and a half was kind of, whoo, man. I thought it's like either sink or swim, and I saw myself sinking. But that fourth day, I started getting some W's. That fifth day, I was off and running. I had nothing but W's from that point on out. So it was so good till I went back again the following month, So that says a lot about DR. So you go to DR, you get your feet up under you, you learn your way around, you'll be just fine. Trust me. No problems at all. Trust me. And Johnny Jenkins has returned to the show. I just noticed him back here. Let me bring him on in. Welcome back, Johnny. How the hell are you, buddy?
Oh, good, bro. My people are gone, so now I can kind of talk freely, like I want to talk, like I raw dog talk. So my reliefs are gone. So we gonna get down to the dirty right now. Bottom line is this: Medellin was a shit. I fucked every bitch I wanted raw, how I want it, got it how I want. Prices were good, and that pretty much sums it all up. Am I correct?
From my observations, yes. That's pretty much what happened.
Because I was happy. You know what I'm saying? I called you the next morning. Like, matter of fact, I think one time I called you and I was like, she wore me the fuck out.
Yeah, he was getting the business, cousin. I ain't gonna lie to you. Homie was getting the business, bro. I can't knock him on that.
And now I will say this: like I said, I've been listening, and you definitely gonna have your simps and your gringos that are Unfortunately, they're gonna be the trap. They're gonna be the what they call that in that game? Pawns. They're gonna be the pawns for the niggas like us. Unfortunately, you're gonna have those. Now, here's where things get interesting. All right, and this is just me being real to add on to what you were saying about the whole COVID thing. Do not assume that Colombia will not check your shit. They are going to check your shit. And they are looking for PCR, SARS, COVID, everything. And they're going to make sure it's within 96 hours. So you guys going in there thinking that they gonna look. They are going to look. So save yourself some time. And like OW said, make sure you have the right shit together. Matter of fact, I think didn't we know a couple of people that people that got turned around? Correct.
Hell to the yeah.
And then what did they do? They quit and went to DR. See me? I was not gonna let that happen. So, like I said before, please make sure y'all have y'all stuff together. And there's another topic I wanted to kind of touch base on since we're talking about Medellin.
Do you think, brother? Floor is yours. I'm gonna fall back. I'm gonna go back in the corner. Do you think?
Okay. I just want to. My thing is this. We were talking about prices. I know we kind of touched base on it a little bit, but I'm just gonna add into it. To be honest, prices are a little higher if you don't know what you're doing. Again, Medellin is not the same as what it was before COVID. You pretty much got to know. You pretty much already have to have your connections or know your way around. There's a couple places I think. Matter of fact, I think we were talking about it. Correct? When it came down to certain places that are not for tourists that we can go, but you got to know your Spanish. Correct? Certain cities.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I do not.
Okay.
You know what? I don't want to disclose that place because.
Yeah, no, we're not going to disclose that place. Yeah, we're not going to disclose it. We're just going to say that there are other places you can go. You will have to figure that out on your own, but that you can go that are not to the tourists.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
And now, correct me if I'm wrong. Now, the little Venezuelan chick I had with me at the restaurant where we went to, was she not bad or was she a bad bitch?
Damn, Johnny, which one? Because we went to two restaurants. She had two bitches
the fat
at two
ass.
restaurants, Johnny.
The fat ass.
Both of them had a fat ass, Johnny. Goddamn.
Oh, shit. The one that spoke partial English.
The first restaurant or the second restaurant?
The first restaurant.
Now, yeah. She was decent, huh? She was decent. Even the driver had said that shit. The driver we had that night, he was like,
yeah.
On your birthday night. What you talking about?
Oh, that's right. That was birthday sex.
See that.
She took it. And boy, she took it. Matter of fact, I think the next morning she talking about your dick was too big.
TMI.
I don't give a fuck. We do this is how it is. Like I said, there's a reason why we do raw dogs. There's a reason for that. Like I said, I'm not playing that shit. This is how we gonna talk because this is the real. This is not no childish shit. This is the real. How I get down. I will not fuck bitches with condoms. We've already established that already.
With that being said, John, the question that everybody in the chat want to know is this: how many kids do you think you got on the way right now from this trip to Medellin?
Oh, I ain't got none. I ain't got no kids coming down. Ain't no kids coming. Damn. Half these girls probably can't even get pregnant.
Damn.
That's why I do it. Because you already know. And actually, I'm going to tell you something, though. There was one particular thing I really couldn't stand about Colombia. And I'm probably going to get some hate on this, but I don't give a fuck. And my slogan, you can fuck off if you don't like what I'm about to say. But why is it that all of these Colombian bitches, most of them, have fucking kids? Why is that? And they want an American gringo to take care of their sons and daughters. That makes no damn sense to me. That don't make sense to me at all.
Well, I say this. You do have a point. A lot of them got kids, and the reason for that is because they fucking, Johnny. They fucking. And on the flip side of that token, we can look at it in a different perspective in the U.S. What happens here? most of the women go out and fuck these Negroes. They might look good, they might have a nice car and shit, but they players, right? So they they
Yeah.
they they fuck around with them for a little while. They have a kid here. They wait a few months, have a kid there. Then oh shit, they see the wall coming up on them. This big brick wall. It's impenetrable. They about to smack right dead into that motherfucker. Then what they do, they go back in the phone and they look for the nice guy who has a decent salary, who's stable, who has his own home, who isn't on fucking every drug known to fucking man. And they want that guy to come along now and take care of the kids that, you know, two pistol toting Pete had made, and pick up his lightweight, while he locked off in penitentiary for 30
I'm gonna be
years.
honest with you. I'm gonna be 100% honest. You know, and I've already said it in the chat numerous of times. Um, it's a really tricky situation because when you deal with a woman that has kids, that means that the time to spend with her is going to be cut in half because that means if you make plans with this bitch and say something happens to the kids, she got to go for the kids. That'd be my issue. And you pay, and they want this, they want that, they want you to take care of their kids. Like, who has time for that shit? Why would you do that? Me, absolutely not.
Yeah,
Matter
that's
of
why
fact,
you reserve the right to say no. You could always say no,
that,
bitch.
that's true. That's true. That's true. But I'm sorry. I'm not fucking with no bitches that have kids. I'm just not. I'm just not.
I feel you, bro.
Um, Now, I will say this. See, this is why you and I can get along so well, and this is what makes the world go round. All right. I love how you do your channel. You don't you understand and you respect everyone's way of thinking. There's a lot of guys that like certain types of women. Um, and perfect example. Anyone that travels to Medellin already knows New Life. If you don't want to know what New Life is, you don't need to fucking travel. Um, OW loves New
Yeah.
Life. I can't stand New Life. I can't stand it. But guess what? It doesn't matter whether I like it or whether, as long as he likes it, he gets his rocks off. Vice versa with me. As long as I get my rocks off, as long as I get my nut, that's all that matters. That's all that truly matters.
Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, that's what matters, But there's still people out here in this world who will ridicule you and talk about you about how you go about, getting your
Oh, of course.
swerve
People
on,
gonna talk
so to
about you all
speak.
day. People gonna talk about
Yeah,
you all day.
right. And they feel as though if they don't do it the way that you want them to do it, then you're a lame or some other. There we go. Roll Tide, New Life. Oh yeah, you know about that Roll Tide. You know about
Roll
that blue
Tide, you
door,
know
huh?
what? I'm gonna tell you something.
That blue
Roll Tide,
door.
like I said, that hey, you know what? Y'all can fuck with New Life. Have that nice condom sex. Go ahead, knock your rocks off. That's
Yeah,
okay.
bro. Hey, bro, I don't know if it's me or you, Roll Tide, but when you come out of there, bro, is it like the walk of shame, dog? Like when you walk out of there, you feel like everybody watching. Like, I know what you just did. I be like, yeah, bitch, I sure did. I be walking out of there, bitch. Sometimes I be looking around. You hear me? I just feel like a slut walking out of there. Like, yeah, you got used up. I'll be like, yeah, sort of, kind of, but I'll be back. You know what I'm saying? This is it. Oh, Ken Padmore says energy is better. Ken Padmore, I've been to Energy. I've been there before. It's around the barracks, if I am mistaken. Like you go up and you make that right on Columbia 50, and it's like a building right there. Ah, shit. Yeah, it's right by the army barracks though. I know what Energy is. I know exactly what you're talking about, bro. A good friend of mine brought me there about, I don't know, maybe a year ago or whatnot. And yeah, it's nice. They got it's a nice layout up in there. It's very clean, very professional. But you know, let's just say I found some places. What's how can I say this? The blackjack table is a little bit cheaper. They take lower wages. So yeah, that's the best way I can put that. Yeah, moving right along. Yeah, what you were saying, Johnny, bro? Carry on, young man. Carry on.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, I'm gonna have to try out this energy place. Yeah, I've been hearing people talk about that. I'm gonna have to give it a go myself. You know.
Yeah, man, yeah. I mean, energy is nice. I'm not gonna lie to you. Energy is nice. I mean, it's just the whole ambiance and everything, how energy is set up, and like it depends on what type of people you're looking to engage with. It could be, yeah, it's straight. I'll say that. I'll say that. So
Yeah,
yeah,
no, I can imagine, and and to be honest with you guys, like I said, everyone's gonna have their different, I guess you could say, modes on what gets they rocks off and what kind of women. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, as people may not believe this shit, but this is the truth. A man's body reacts to how a woman looks. If you see a fine bitch with a big ass, your dick gonna get hard. You're gonna be sexually attracted. So everyone's got to have their own preference on what they like to, get their rocks off on. You know what I'm saying? And I'm
yeah.
pretty sure you can agree with that.
Well, just men by nature, we have testosterone. Let's keep it for what it is. We are
Oh
visually
yeah, yeah, yeah.
stimulated
That's true.
creatures. That's when it boils down to. We're visually stimulated. Now, women are as well. They're very visually stimulated. Though they may not tell you that because it makes them look like shallow or whatnot. But you'll hear a lot of women use the fucking cliche term. Oh, it's not about how the guy looks. It's about his personality and how he treats me. That could be so much further from the truth. This is what
That
I
is
do in
absolutely.
life.
I can agree with that. I can agree with that. Absolutely.
I don't listen to what comes out of bitch's mouth. I watch what she does. That's what you do when you deal with anybody. A lie don't care who the fuck tell it. But if you watch a person's actions, that'll tell you who they are and what they're out to get. And that's typically what I do. I don't see women talking about their pussy getting wet when they have 400-pound man walking by, three stomachs. He can't see his thigh. His dick is unfindable, and she says, "Oh, he's so attractive. I want to fuck him tonight." No, they don't do that shit. I mean, just keep it a buck. Keep it a real with yourself. But they tell these stories to men, to sell these dreams or whatnot, because they need these beta male orbiters to pay their bills while they go out and fuck who they really want to fuck. So us as men, we're very visual. I see a fat ass, I see a slim waist, I want to fuck. It just as simple as that. Women look for other things. They look for stability. They look for fucking money. They look for fucking resources and shit. They look for DNA, how they want their children to be. They might want a tall son. They might want a light-skinned baby. They might want a child with good hair. All these things are going through women's minds. They're such complicated creatures. But men, we're simple. Feed me, fuck me, shut the fuck up. That's it. It's pretty much not much after that. You know what I'm saying? But
Actually, you know what? To add on to what you just said, I ain't even gonna lie to you. The first bitch I fucked with, and actually you saw pictures of her, you witnessed it. You know, that's it. You just said the words. Feed me, fuck me, and shut the fuck up. And that's
that's
exactly what
it.
she did.
That's
That's actually
that's
what she did.
I mean, if a woman is listening to this and pretty much you could do that, you'll probably have a man or a husband. You know what I'm saying?
Now, actually,
No
I ain't even
time
gonna lie
flat.
to you. I'm sorry. We got to touch this subject because this was a real one. Because I actually encountered a woman that was in Medellin, and this is actually a perfect subject. What makes no sense to me is how a girl does not like to suck dick. Now, I get it. Maybe there are some men that don't like their dick being sucked. I get it. But I'm sorry, majority of the men love that. That's what gets their rocks off. Now, if I'm right or if I'm wrong.
I haven't met a man yet that was adamantly verbal towards saying, "Man, I don't want no head." I ain't never heard that shit. I'm still waiting. Man, I don't want to hear it, but I'm just saying, if I were to hear it, I would be completely fucking shocked. I've been on this earth uh, 39. Well, say fuck it. We're gonna round it up. I've been here 40 years now, and I have not heard a man, even in my adolescent years, they was curious about getting their dick sucked. And after they got their first dick sucked, that's all the fuck they wanted. I have never heard a man say that. I don't want no head. I don't want that. That's nasty.
Personally, I don't see that being normal. Now, again, there are some men, so we'll give that 1%. We'll give that 1%
Zero
of
point
men. All right,
zero
we can
point
do
one
that too.
percent.
We can do that too.
Yeah.
Definitely, we can do that. We can definitely do that. Like I said, it just makes no. And my thing is I don't know if this is, out of the years that you've traveled to Medellin.
Johnny? Hello? Johnny?
Can you
Well,
hear me?
folks, I think we lost Johnny. Johnny just fell off.
Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you now. You back. All right, go ahead on.
I'm sorry. No, I was just saying, I don't understand how these girls think they can do a half-ass job and still get a full amount of money. Help me understand that.
How? I help you understand it. It's easy. Once they take their clothes off and you engage with them, you owe them some money. That's it.
So
And
now,
I don't go no further. Now. What they lose it at, what they get fucked in the game is that they may not get a repeat customer, but that particular that time that y'all agreed upon, that when you're gonna pay that amount, it would behoove you to go ahead on and get that girl her money and get her the fuck up out of there. Because if she one of them fucking people, she play the people, she running that button on your ass, you're gonna have a whole lot of other problems you ain't gonna want to deal with. So it'd be best for you just to go ahead on and hand it over and be like, all right, I just ain't gonna fuck with you no more. I'm gonna take this little $20, $30 L, you hear me? And keep it pushing. But outside of that, yeah, they got them out there that do that, dog. Hell yeah. And some bitches would be mad, especially if their intentions was to really to come there and rob your ass, and now they see they can't get you like how they want to get you, so to speak. You know?
oh yeah, I can. You know what? Actually,
kind of service.
I can agree with that. You know, whatever y'all agree with, you know, you might as well, because it's actually gonna be cheaper for you just to pay her out,
right,
and keep it moving. So I can agree with that.
Yeah, so that's how that go down. You know. But that all goes back to having chemistry. Even though these hoes is hoes and they doing their thing, they still peddling. They still people at the end of the day, you know. And some women, they'll have more chemistry with some of the customers, so to speak, than the others. And somebody, I done heard this shit a million times because I be in these groups. They'll have one dude, that motherfucker, and he'll say, "Man, that bitch was trash." You hear me? She pecked on my dick for like 2-3 seconds, you know. Hurry up and trying to slap the rubber on, you know. Then you'll talk to a different brother 3 days later and say he got the fucking worst. You know, it's the best thing since sliced bread. So
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm sorry to cut you off. I'm sorry to cut you off. Every girl I've encountered, you actually said the word. It's chemistry. It's all about how you approach a woman and you talk to a woman. Now we know that these bitches are hoes, but you don't want to make her feel like that. Again, this is my opinion. In my opinion, all right, you don't want to make them feel like that because they already know what they do. They hoeing to get money. That's right. The thing. So you want to make them feel, and actually, you said it yourself. You can probably get more out of a bitch if you know how to treat her, and that's where brothers fuck up.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I'm just saying, I've known that from experience. So, you know, but again, to each his own. To each his own.
Right.
You know, you know, if you feel like that's not right, hey, more power to you. Go get your rocks off, and you know, hey, that more power to you. But in my experience, that has worked for me.
I know I'm a whore, bro. You should treat me like a lady. What?
Wait, what?
Say it again. Like I'm saying, the chick be saying, I know I'm a whore, but I still want you to treat me like a lady. I'm like, oh man, for real?
Oh shit.
Where they do that at? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, please. Where they do that at?
I do that shit at, man. I don't know, man. Let me get in this comment section right quick. A fella had gave you a shout out right quick. Mattress Time said, "What up, OW? You and Johnny classic, homie. Man, I appreciate that, Mattress Time, bro. I mean, man, Johnny just come through here and give you the real deal, Holyfield, you know? No cut.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that comment, Mattress Time. Yeah, because like I say, you know, the one thing about me, I keep it real. You may not like it, but you're gonna respect it. So I respect what you said. Jonathan Jacob, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. You stay your black ass right in Mexico with the rest of these gringos. Because you're gonna fuck it up for the rest of us over here.
Oh man. Jacob, you my homie, dog.
But he's a
Shout
homie.
Out to you,
I give it to him. He's a homie, but he's too goddamn expensive. He messing up the prices right now.
God damn, Jacob. I say it ain't so, Jacob. I don't want to believe that, Jacob. I don't want to believe it, bro. I don't want to. But
Yeah.
damn,
Matter of
bro.
fact, if he could come
Shit.
on and tell us what he be paying these lovely women, yeah, he messing up these prices.
That nigga said these lovely women.
You know,
Oh
these
man.
these lovely women only deserve a certain amount of money, and he giving them the extra tip, and he fucking it up for everybody else.
But I don't think he want to disclose that information, bro. I don't think he won't. Yeah, bro. Marquise Monroe, he says, I don't know if I want to go to Colombia. Anything can happen. Delayed flights can mess you up for that 96-hour COVID test. That is true.
That's true.
Um,
However, it's all about timing. If you know how to time your trip and your flights, you will not have that problem.
that's true. That's true.
Just
That's
saying.
why I tell guys. That's why I tell guys, like I told you before, everybody looking at that 96-hour thing. This is what I tell people. Take 96 hours out of your mind. All right. Let's just erase that shit, you know. Let's give yourself cushion for things in life that do go wrong because everybody knows what happens in life. Shit doesn't go as planned. So let's just take that 96 and maybe turn it to around 80. All right. Just for the sake of the conversation. That gives you a window of 16 hours for delays and fuck ups, you know. But I totally get where he's coming from. That's a lot. That's like a lot of hair pulling shit to go through when you could just go to DR right now and you can just walk into the country with no COVID test or nothing. So it depends on the person. Like stress free, easy. If you're comfortable with DR, hey, go there. You know, I'm not knocking it, but I can say this: like I pretty much got that shit down to a fucking science when it comes down to doing that shit right now after this one trip, and I'm giving y'all a blueprint. You know, so it's up to to the person. He says, OW, have you tried Cartagena? Yes, I went to Cartagena this year. I went to Cartagena in March, pre-COVID, right before the big hit in April. I was there. I was there for, I think, 7 days. I went to Cartagena. Cartagena is nice. It's a little bit more pricier for entertainment and for lodging there, but it can be done. And I'm not saying it's a whole lot more expensive. I'm just saying you're going to spend a few dollars more than what you normally would if you would say in Cali, Colombia, or Medellin. Medellin, preferably. It's a little bit more expensive because Cartagena is more of a tourist town. The one good thing about Cartagena is you'll save on transportation because Cartagena is relatively small. All right, everything's going to go down between the old city and the beach, and there's taxis constantly riding around. You can catch a taxi. Everything is you can get anywhere you want in the city for under $3, $3 to $4 tops. You can get wherever you want, and also by it being a smaller city, as opposed to like Medellin, you know, you got to take like a 30-minute ride to get like to Medellin from Rio Negro Airport. In Cartagena, once you leave the airport, usually your hotel room will be anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes away from the airport. So everything is centrally located around the airport. So that's one good thing about Cartagena. Whereas you spend more money on goods and services, you'll spend less money on transportation. So it's a give and a take, just to give you a heads up. You know what I'm saying? All right, moving on. Also, what's your take on Venezuelans? Oh, Johnny, you can have this. Run it. Are
Can
you
you hear me?
there, Johnny? Yes.
I'm there. Sorry about that. I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, oh, loud and clear, brother. We waiting for you.
Cool.
Marquise Monroe wants to know what's your take on Venezuelans? Oh well, Venezuelan us.
All right. So my take, and this is just my opinion. I love Venezuelans. I personally think they are the best. They are the most women. The women of Venezuela are more pleasers to men. They cater to their man, in my opinion. At least the ones I've encountered.
To take care of their man. Like I said, actually the Venezuelan that I had with me for 4 to 5 days. No, I'm sorry, for a week because I met her actually the second week. She took care of me. I will say that she cooked. She cleaned for me. She washed my clothes. She pretty much pampered me. So my take on them is just I love their culture. They don't really argue. I will say that they're more of a pleaser to their man, in my opinion. To answer the question. Now, my
Hey,
preference between Venezuelan or Colombian, probably Venezuelans because they're the most, in my opinion, they're the freaky. They're the ones that, like I said, I got my money's worth, and all the bitches I fucked with were all Venezuelans.
yeah, and I can't even get it out. Damn. I met two of the Venezuelans that he talked about. I saw these two ladies in person. Bro, was the girl with the glasses on and a black dress, was she Venezuelan or was she Paisa?
She was Venezuelan.
Oh Lord.
That's why I said
She
that.
was
That's why I said she was a pleaser.
she wanted to kill you. Ooh, they wanted to kill your fucking ass, boy. She wanted you to
Oh,
die, motherfucker.
you talking about the? Oh, wait. Hold on. You talking about the girl? Oh, wait. I know who you talking about. You talking about the girl that was in the park? The
Yeah,
one that
that's
I
what I'm
picked
talking
out.
about.
Yeah. She stopped on those stairs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because she wanted me.
Yo. Ooh. Boy.
Yeah. She wanted me. But yeah, I took the other girl over her, and I didn't actually. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I don't even regret the choice because that other girl, boy, she took care of me. I'm gonna tell you like this. I got 4 nuts for 150 mil.
4?
4 nuts, sir. 4 nuts. Count it up. 4 nuts.
1, 2, 3, 4.
That's correct. 4 nuts. That's exactly what I got.
Total la
For
noche.
150 mil. You do the math. How much is that for 150? That's about like $45, $40.
Yeah, we could say that. Yes, yep. That's right. That's right.
All right.
How I do the math in my head, I just always divide by 3, and I take that other 800 pesos or whatever it is in my head and multiply that by 3, and I subtract that. That's how I get a number that quick. You know, that I just do the conversion in my head. Once you learn your money, you ain't gonna be able to get fucked. Now, see that goddamn that fucking Dominican money? That shit fucks with me to a T. I cannot stand
Oh,
Dominican money,
yeah.
but Colombian money, I understand that shit so easy,
Matter
bro.
of fact, actually, to add on to what you said earlier, you said I actually came home with 80 mil. Still, I still came home with 80 mil, and I'm gonna keep that money in my pocket because I will be going back.
Bro, I think I had like a little over 400 mil. Once I counted it again, I was tripping. I forgot I had gate. Damn, I'm about to incriminate myself. Yeah, I had about 400 and something mil when I came back, so I knew I had a little over $100 and something. So I got to subtract that from my grand total. So that's why I just said right at about $1,000. You know, with I had to pay for 2 hotels. Oh man, I spent more money than that
Oh,
because
I
I
will
did.
say this. I thank you for your review. I actually, by the way, OW, I just wanted to say thank you for that review of that hotel, that nasty ass hotel. I will not be staying there because I
No,
refuse to have one guest. That will not
no,
happen.
no, nah. Nah, and you know what I think a lot of that had to do with was that man downstairs, that dude working the door.
The cock
Because once I
blocker.
talked to, yeah, the cop blocker. Oh man, that dude there, he's a whole right tackle out here. I mean, that bitch was blocking hard. Damn, this
I'm gonna
motherfucker
tell you
told
something. The
me,
fact that he didn't want no money, the fact that he didn't want no extra money on the side, that tells me
dog.
you cock blocking.
I resorted to the bribe. I said, dog, won't you take these 50 million, we can just sweep this under the rug. This never happened. Oh no, I can't do that. I say, hold on, I'm coming downstairs. This bitch told me when I got downstairs, he said, look, Mr. Waters, OW, if you let her come in here tonight, she gonna be your companion and you can't have no more guests. So let me get this right. If I let this girl come visit me tonight, she my companion and can't nobody else come up here. He's like, yeah, that's right. I was supposed to say no and put her out. I said, no, you know what? Put her on the list, you heard me? I'm gonna call the motherfucking supervisor tomorrow on your egghead ass to bitch you. And I called him, and the man told me, he said, look, she your companion. I don't know what he was talking about downstairs, but you can have over whoever you want in the daytime, as long as they have an ID, and it's a Colombian ID, all right, it's good. You can come in here. But after 9 o'clock at night, that only that one person that's listed as your companion could be here. I said, man, y'all motherfucking whole motherfucking balls back, dog. Y'all bitches pigeonholing me. I said, I can't deal with this shit. So you mean to tell me after 9 o'clock, if it ain't her, it ain't nobody. I just gotta sit up in this motherfucker at night and play PlayStation or some shit if I had one. Yeah, pretty much. That's the way it is because you already put her on a list. You can't take her off. That's all right, you bitch. If the last $200 y'all get from me, you dirty bitches, I ain't never going back to that fucking place no more.
I
But I
like how
felt
you
some
said
kind of
that.
way, bro. I felt some kind of way, dog, because I was like, damn, bro, I'm 40 years old. You mean to tell me I can? Oh, it's 9 o'clock. You got to go to bed, Timmy. You have to go to school in the morning. No more friends over. I just done paid you motherfuckers over $200,
And
and you gonna tell me
exactly,
you
I
want
done
to be up
paid
at
you.
9 o'clock?
I done paid you. You telling me
Yeah,
who I can and can't have? Yeah, that's a
yeah.
problem.
Bro, I felt some kind, and I ain't never had that problem in Medellin, bro. Hey, but I tell you one thing about Medellin, they do not give a fuck. You pay them people. Look, as long as you ain't got no minors over there, and you ain't trying to burn this shit down, let her rip. You heard me? Let her fucking rip. They cool with it.
To be honest with you, I gotta add something. To be honest with you, I know a lot of dudes they be coming on live, not saying yours in particular, but just in general on live, and they be talking about how many bitches they done fuck. My thing is this: you don't really need to fuck that many. In my opinion, of course, it's just my opinion. If you got a problem with what I'm about to say, you can fuck off. But what I'm gonna say is this: you don't have to fuck all these bitches. If you find one good bitch, why replace her? If she gonna take care of you, why do you need to change? Help me understand that.
It's the nature of the beast, bro. Why must I chase the cat? Nothing but the dog and me. This is the way it is, bro. Nature of the beast, man.
Yeah.
You know, and
So like
I go that goes back to what I told you before about brothers who travel at least at least 8 times a year to a brother that's got 2 weeks of vacation time and he got to spread that shit out over 365 days. All right. It comes down to that. It comes down to that scarcity mindset. This motherfucker know. All right. It's January. Between January and December, he could probably pick 2, 3 months out of the year if he lucky to get out this motherfucker and talk about going over there and getting some exotic pussy. All right. Now, when you have those type of restraints on you for time, that's why I always tell men, your time is more valuable than any money. Yeah, it's like they get lost in the sauce. They can't grasp it. It's okay. Keep waking up in the morning, brother. You're gonna get it. Well, back to what I was saying. When you got those time restraints on you like that, and you got limited amount of time in said country or said city, when you get there, you just trying to run through there and grab everything you can because you don't know when you're gonna be back again. You know? Now, as opposed to a person that has time to go there every so often, like, okay, I'm gonna be back next month. I could leave this bread on the table for 3 or 4 weeks because I'm gonna be back to get some more. You know, the mindset is totally different. You know, and if you was placed in that situation, you would probably be able to wrap your mind around it. You'd be like, all right, my name is Johnny. I'm going to hit these hoes raw, but all I got
you know
is
that's me.
5 days.
You know that's me.
I got 5 days to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? And after that, it's over. Now, I give you them 5 days on it. Are you just going to go down there in 5 days and just fuck 2 bitches?
Well, here's my opinion. Okay, here. My thing is this: if in my opinion,
Nah, you not.
if it was,
You not.
well, no. Yes, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because if I got a girl that's gonna toss my salad, she's gonna give me everything I want. She's gonna let me fuck raw. She's gonna swallow my. She's gonna do everything I need to ask. Why would I replace it to someone that I don't even know that's gonna do it? If I know someone's gonna do it.
That's my take on it too. But when you ask me that question, the mindset of a person that does that, I'm telling you how they think. I'm telling you exactly how they think. I listen to them.
Oh no, I get it.
I listen to him talk. I don't even say that. I just sit there and listen to him. Like, why is he so fucking quiet? Why you ain't saying that? I'm just listening to you talk, brother. It's a great conversation. Carry on, you know. And I hear their mindset, and I'll be like, damn, dog. Like, yeah, dog, I'm gonna be out here, come out here on the weekend, but I gotta get back. I done used up 7 days of my vacation time. All I got is 2 weeks, and I gotta work 80 hours a week. Damn, dog. I gotta do what I gotta do. Dog, I'm gonna fuck everything moving when I get down there, and that's what they do. They don't know when they're coming back. You know, they don't know. You know, they not be able to come back till next year. So they do all they can when they can. That's the average person. My mindset, I'm more along the line of yours. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I was that person at one time. And you know what I learned? I learned when I was running so hard to get down the hill to fuck everybody, you know, I was hitting fucking brick walls along the way and leaving good shit back on the table that I could have just stayed with that was working for me. And I like, damn, I don't want to spend X amount of dollars on this unnecessary shit, and it was horrible. But I know I had this damn good thing that was pretty much new, but I was just being greedy. I wanted to just grab everything off the table and eat it, just to be a fucking dog, But I had, like you said earlier, you got this one chick, got all bases covered, but you want to run out here and spend money on bullshit. And I learned that lesson the hard way. I'm like, man, it don't make no sense. I like this here. She got the look that I want. She got a good smell to her. She do everything without me asking. I'm just gonna hold this down here for a few days and chill. And that just comes with maturity. Like after you're doing it for a while, it just comes to that. You realize you just can't fuck everybody, and everybody you fuck ain't gonna be good. And you be like, man, I'm just gonna stay with a good thing while I got it. But to each his own, and that takes time. And I found that out myself just through trial and error. So you are correct about that, but everyone doesn't live your reality. That's what we have to accept.
I can take that. I can definitely take that. I can agree with that. Okay. And if there's anybody else in the chat that have questions for us on our trip, let us know, please.
Oh yeah, please do. Please do. Please do. And I'm gonna go to the comment section. Rose, LaQuinta Flock, see, he knows them fucking English classes is high as fucking hell down there, man. Them bitches is killing it. Nine Lucas, no. Roll Tide. It's not Nana Lucas, it's Nine Kukas. Not Lucas, Kukas. Nine Kukas with like a C, like cool, like cuckoo, like Kukata. if Sensei was in the chat and you heard me say Kukata right now, your motherfucker go crazy, boy. But no, bro, it's pronounced Nine Kukas. It's an older, like somebody's grandmother, someone's abuela me decirlo Nine Kukas. This is a real old term, It's like people hear you say that, be like, God damn, you was in somebody's grandma's house. You heard that shit. That's an old ass saying. Not many people say it, but it's Paisa slang, and it's just an old word, So that's why like that's some real Paisa shit, in other words. Yeah, Nine Kukas. And LaQuinta Fox, are you going to be in Medellin in January? No, I will not be in Medellin in January, brother. I am sorry. I wish I could be. Those like the New Year's holidays and the Christmas holidays, Thanksgiving holidays, I tend to refrain from travel because I need to spend. I got a young one at home. I got my mom and my daddy. That's pretty much my family. That's where my heart at. That's my world. So for the holidays, I stay with them, man. Life is short, and I try to create and cherish as many memories as I possibly can while I have them here on this earth, and while I'm here on this earth with my son. He's 5 years old, and it's very, very important. I don't think sometimes it isn't said enough how important it is for us young Black men, or even us older Black men, to be a part of our children's lives, And, it ain't all about the money sometimes. It's about those memories and the time that you spend with your family. So I said to the brothers of Unity Chat, you have young children. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But in the future, man, just spend holidays and birthdays. Spend as much time with your family as you can, bro. You need to be that role model for them because it's a wicked world out here. And they need strong men to be their role model for somebody to look up to. Not that thugging motherfucker down the street with his drawers hanging off his ass and smoking dope and trying to bullshit and shuck and jive his way through life. You don't want them looking up to that. Trust me. So, yeah, I said to say this, bro. Holidays, bro, I still stay home with my kids, bro. But I will be back to Medellin. I'm not going to disclose that exact date yet because I don't know, but it will be in the near future. I will say that. Big Mike International. That nigga say he wears shorts every day. Ain't nothing wrong with that, cousin. Hey, do your thing.
To be honest, actually, to add on to what you just said, I actually agree 100%. You got to be able to cherish those moments, holidays. And I know for me, I will be going back before the new year. Don't know when just yet. Like I said, I won't reveal that date, but I will be going back. And like I said, and even if it's for, 3 or 4 days, I will. I'm actually going to be doing. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be doing several trips. When I say several, meaning I'm going to do at least 2 more trips before the new year. Don't know when just yet. Because, like I said, matter of fact, I think I even showed you pictures of the place I was staying at, the Airbnb. Absolutely amazing, was it not?
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. And you didn't have no headaches like I had at your Airbnb.
I could run train through there.
Yeah, you did.
I did run train through there. Let me know. I ran train through there.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, I,
So
I I was getting pigeon hell, But like I ain't gonna lie, like towards the end of that shit, I figured it out. Like when Darkwing Duck was downstairs at night, I just had to go ahead on and fall back. But in the daytime, I had my people come through that bitch, and they let them sign them in, and they'll just come on through. I ain't had no problem. But yeah, bro, Darkwing Duck, whoa, bitch ass nigga, boy, I ain't never seen no boss. Like, man, come on, dog. Why you blocking him? Let your boy get him some pussy up in here. You know how it is. Man, he's in that bitch blocking all night. Like he was just sitting by the door waiting for me to bring a bitch up in there. You hear me? I'm like, oh, weirdo ass nigga.
oh
Fuck,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, no, to be honest, to be 100% honest, I'm gonna say something. Compared to last year, with Medellin changing, it was still a good trip in my opinion. But I was out there for almost 3 weeks, correct? Yeah, 3 weeks
Yeah,
almost.
yeah, you was like, you was out there long ass time, bro. Yeah, bro.
Yeah, like I said, every bitch I fucked with got the full nut special, uh, and I left happy, and I still kept money in my pocket. Now, how many men can really say that?
Man, they got niggas out here getting raped over the fucking coals, bro. Motherfuckers getting raped over the coals, and they still going home, dry dick, desert dick, like a motherfucker. So, yeah, bro, I ain't much tripping. But at the same time, though, I'll say this: they got some cats out here, they winning. Everybody ain't doing bad out here in the state. Some cats is out here winning in these states with these dog assholes. I ain't mad at them. Some cats out here, they married, they doing a happily ever after thing. More power to you. But they in the minority. All right, it's the minority. So hey, if I gotta you going somewhere, what it boils down to, are you happy, Johnny?
I'm saying, say that one more time.
What it boils down to is, are you happy with the things that you're
Absolutely,
doing?
I'm gonna tell you something. But with how my money was spent, absolutely, I was
That's
absolutely happy. I like I said, I got a girl all night for 150 mil. So you guys can do the math, and it was amazing. So, yeah, yeah,
that's
I
all
got my
that
money's worth.
matters. Big Mike International says that he wears shorts every day. Big Mike, it just dawned on me about something. Do you wear? Are you saying you wear shorts out the country every day? Are you in Medellin when you wearing these shorts? Let me see. We go on down here and see what he talking about. Because LaQuenta Sox said he just the opposite. He don't wear shorts like that. He say I be in Crystal Ray all the time, and the young boys wear them also. The young boys wear shorts. I'm gonna leave that alone. I don't know, bro. I'm trying to see if he's here when you say that. I don't know, bro. Well, I mean, yeah, like I said, bro, I had a partner who used to wear shorts out there all the time, but he was like the only one. He like the eyeball. Like what I'm saying is, when I'm in Medellin, I don't see many guys wearing shorts. And I was told from guys who are expats that are there that they usually wear jeans in Medellin. Mostly men wear jeans, and the young boys wear shorts. Because as you become a man, like the old saying goes, the man of the house wears the pants. So the young boys will wear shorts. This is what I was told. Now, I don't know. I'm not saying you're not an average cat because you got a big name like Big Mike International. I'm thinking that you travel a lot. You may know this. But this is what I heard from actual expats and actual men who are Paisa. That's how the whole the story went with that. as the young boys would wear shorts, and then the men, as they become a man, the old saying goes, the man of the house wear the pants. So as the men would wear the pants. So I don't know if you know that, but that's just a little history, a little backdrop on that. You can check into it if you want, but I've heard this on numerous occasions, so I'm more than sure that I'm right. So I don't know. I just don't know what you meant by that statement. That's what I'm trying to say in a nice way, because I'm kind of confused myself, but this is what I was told. So there's a reason why young boys wear shorts, is what I'm saying. But you're a man, so I don't know. I'm just trying to figure it out. I don't know. But I had a partner. He's a grown ass man, but he's a gringo, and he used to walk around in fucking Rydell shorts. Them bitches be riding up his fucking thighs and shit. Yeah, it was straight nut huggers. But that's that man. Ain't never a hard day in the suit when you coming up. The answer to that question is the second word, next to never. Next to never, I will be in Sasua. Yes, that's right, Ken Padmore. I don't no, I'm not gonna I don't see it happening no time in the future. I'm just saying. No, I don't think I'll be in Sasua. No thanks.
Actually, you know what? Let me add to that. I actually agree with you. I will not be traveling to Sasua or Dominican Republic for quite some time. That won't be happening now that technically Medellin is open. Yeah, that won't be happening.
Yeah. And there's a question in the chat for you, Johnny. Mr. Marquise Monroe wants to know.
Johnny, you still got that chick you spoke with about 2-3 months ago? Well, there's several. I think I know which one you're talking about in particular. Actually, matter of fact, yes, I am still. Actually, I just saw her before I came to work. I actually smashed her in Mexico, and then I crossed back over the border and went to work.
That is a beautiful fucking thing.
She got the full frustration of nut over the last 2 days. I ain't fucked, and yeah, I just saw her. So yes, to answer your question.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's. And what I'm saying that when you live that close to a border and you have the opportunity to go across that border and fuck other bitches, you really don't have to fuck with bitches here in the United States. You just don't have to.
And by the way, and actually to add on to that, the girl I have, she used to work in the bars, and yeah, I don't have to pay no more, which is a blessing in disguise.
It's not a disguise. That's definitely a blessing. Okay, Big Mike answered the question. He says he's in Medellin and the young boys are 16 to 28. So I stand corrected. So it ain't young boys, it's actual men wear the shorts too. So I stand. If I'm wrong, I'll admit that I was wrong. And I was completely wrong because Mr. Big Mike, Big Mike International says that the young boys 16 to 28, they wear the shorts. So I didn't know that. But thanks for clearing it up, though, Big Mike. See, now I've been educated and I know better. And it's all to the good. I appreciate that. And moving right along to Mr. Ken Padmore. Ken Padmore says, Johnny, did you go see your girlfriend? Boy, y'all niggas a motherfucker, boy.
Absolutely. I sure did. I actually did. I smashed her. Absolutely.
Okay. That answers that question. Moving right along. Tampa Twine, the special. Yeah, that's the special. That's what you call it. The what you call it, John? The full nut special.
The full nut special. That's right.
God damn, bro, I feel nasty.
The full nut special. That's what it's called. That's exactly correct.
See this shit, bro. I feel sleazy even saying this shit for you. Like the full nut special. It just sounds like fuck. Damn.
The full nut special. Yeah, the full nut special. That's exactly what it's called. That's what it's called. Bro.
I'm gonna have nightmares, but I feel like I gotta wash my mouth with soap right now after saying that shit. Jesus Christ.
Like I said, it's the full nut special.
Oh man.
That is what we call it. That's what we call it. There's no other way to put it. That's the full nut special. All right. And yeah,
check it
out. You got it all.
Ooh. Check that out, John. Look what your boy say, bro. Mattress time.
Well, here's the thing. I would love to do that, but I don't like to share all my secrets. So people that watch this live, it's an exclusive for just these people.
Right. Real.
Actually, everybody here, grown ass man, they need to figure that out.
He still snug with his say play or act like Ray Rice. Come on, man. I can't believe he went there with Ray Rice, dog. Oh man, dog. You remember the dude that whooped his old lady ass in the fucking elevator? He had smacked up 1 or 2 times. Anyway, dog. Like probably about 4 Halloweens ago, niggas was walking down the street with fucking Ray Rice jerseys on and had like a doll dragging them down the street for Halloween. Anyway, it was funny because he had just whooped his old lady ass and they had caught the shit on the elevator. He got exposed like a little, you hear me? I remember that shit. That shit happened a while back, but it was fucked up. I was on Bourbon Street, dog, and a dude had the Ray Rice jersey on with the shoulder pads, and he had like a little doll. Like he had it hooked to like his waist, and he was just dragging that bitch down the street. But at the time, it was funny because everybody had knew what had happened in the news because Ray Rice had manhandled a little girl in the motherfucking elevator, drug her stupid ass about that bitch. You dig? That shit was all over the news. So, dude, he was creative with that shit. He took advantage of that shit and made like a Halloween meme out of this shit. But a nigga saw a nigga walking down the street, they're like, it's too soon. It's too soon. And like, no, it ain't that shit funny. Shut the fuck up. Drag that hoe. I thought that shit was funny, dog. Anyway, yeah, dog. Yeah, good one, dog. Yeah, like, love having new experiences with women every day. HD chilling. I totally agree, HD. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what I say.
That
Kim
is absolute. I
said,
agree 100%.
Dominican money easier than COP, 20 USD, 1K. All right. Kim Padmore, you know what? You're probably right, but I think it's because I've been using Dominican money so long, it's kind of hard for me to just to go to the DOP, but I was starting to get a hang of it, but I'm back in Colombia now, so I'm just dividing by 3 and multiplying by the change or subtracting. And I just do it in my
Yeah, I'm
head,
not.
bro.
I don't care what anybody say. I'm not fucking with DR now that Colombia is open. So yeah, they can. Y'all can have fun with DR, but I will be celebrating in Colombia next.
Bruh, I haven't used or heard egghead in 10 years. Yeah, that boy had an egghead, boy. That boy head looked just like a fucking egg. I ain't lying. A hard barrel egg too. Or Easter egg. That boy made me mad, bro. I had some other choice word for that bitch, but I'm gonna leave him alone. Though. I really could have roasted him up. But yeah, and then he was that was the fuck part about it. All right. The girl that came and seen me, they went to talking. And he told her, he was like, yeah, I'm from Medellin. I mean, I'm from Venezuela. And she was like, yeah, I'm Venezuelan too. He's like, oh, that's nice. He was talking, you know. He got his little gay little smile. I said, I think this boy, he pitch hitting, you heard him? I think he got a little sugar in his tank. Yeah, like he got all happy and shit, tooting his little shoulders up. I'm like, man, this dude wants some dick. But I'm like, nah, bro, I'm gonna give him benefit of the doubt. But see, when I came over, that nigga with the blocking, I'm like, yeah, bro, something wrong with dude, bro. He on some other shit, dog. Fucking with that boy, man. Fuck that shit. What HD trying to say? It's a brand new hotel they just brought out there, bro. I think it's called what was I at? Johnny Origin Suites or some shit
Origin
like that.
Suite. Yep. Origin Suite.
Yep. Origin Suites. Origin Local State. Now, I will say this in defense of that. If you go in there and let's just say you got a something serious that you really kicking it with and you want to spend time with her and her only, and you're looking for a great location and a good room for a good price, yes, that's a good place for you to go to. The pros, the location, the price, and the service. Those are 3 good things they have. The cons, the visitation rules, and every fucking morning at 6:30, the goddamn dinner bell gonna go off. They got a church right next door to that bitch. Dong, dong. You gonna feel like you got a fucking bell right by your fucking head, dog. That shit gonna ring at 6:49 in the morning. The bitch gonna ring again at 9:33, and the bitch gonna ring at night around 6:15. A loud ass fucking bell, bro. That bitch will wake you up. You could be in a deep sleep. That bitch. Matter of fact, I was doing a live, and that people just going doom, doom. I don't know about you, but if I'm in a deep sleep and I hear that shit, it's kind of like fucked up. You don't need an alarm with that bitch. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you get that bitch, be ready for that motherfucking bell at that church. But they got some fine motor scooters coming out that church. Ooh, Lord. Mm, mm, mm. I about to go in there and get on one of them motherfucking pews in that bitch just to see if I can start a conversation with one of them women. I'm like, these good church going women, but they built like strippers from 2003, right before that era when bitches started getting fat, like between 99 and '03, when motherfuckers still had a shape. That's how them motherfuckers was built. Lord have mercy. Them bitches was drop dead gorgeous in that fucking church, boy. I know that sound bad, but I'm telling you, bro, them bitches, damn, fine. Church ladies, man, like they was in their early 30s, late 20s, you know, like women, not no little girls. These was like women. And they was in there in church, dog. So they saying that they got a church. It's right there across the street from the Origin, local suites, and they have service down there every day. But the main day, like when all the showstoppers be in there, is on Sunday. That's right, Sunday morning service. You go stand out there by that church. You're gonna see them coming out of that. You're gonna be like, damn, OW wasn't lying. Jesus Christ. And what I see, they look like, I could be wrong, but they look like, you know, honest. All of them had cars, nice little cars and shit, like working class women. Like, might find you a good woman over there to have some kids with. But that's just my opinion. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Dog, do I have any moderators in here? I'm just wondering. If I have any moderators in here, I'd appreciate it if y'all would get y'all weapons. And do away with this riffraff.
Okay, don't believe. Hold on. Don't believe hype 949. He says Medellin sucks. I got something for you. Fuck off. Get the fuck out the chat. This is a Medellin conversation. Get the fuck out.
Pretty much. Okay. What we got here? Johnny, they not hoes. Okay.
To answer that question, Kim Padmore, no, they are fucking hoes. They do what the fuck I want, when I want, and that's it. They are there to please me.
Rod Lewis Jr. What's happening with you, Rod Lewis Jr.? How you been doing, bro? I be seeing you on some other chats and some streams I be rolling through, bro. I be doing some ghost watching, bro. Let's just say you be getting yourself into some lightweight little beef out there, bro. I'm worried about you, cousin. I'm worried about you, bro. Don't let them boys get the best of you, bro. I'm fucking with them, you hear me? Leave them where they stand. All right. Here we go. Kim Pam must say, how they can do half the job and get full money. Police on her side, plus she have shooters. Exactly, Kim Padmore. That's how I was saying. He was asking that question too. I ain't fucking. Bitch, take this money and go. I'm sorry. Have a good day. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. You know what I'm saying? Damn, Jay. VB. What you did, man? His phone must be in his pocket or something.
I'm gonna tell you something. Y'all can still hear me. All right. Here's the reality. All right. You're gonna have your haters. You're gonna have the gringos. But I will say this: Medellin got one of the best bitches, whether it's Colombia or Venezuela. Me particularly, I love Venezuelans more. But again, to each his own. Everyone is going to have their different taste in women and how they please. And it's all about the vibe. If you get a good girl that's going to take care of you, she's going to take care of you. You take care of her, she's going to take care of you. That's the nature of the game. Now, you can agree or disagree with me on that one.
I totally agree. That's the way it should be, man. I mean, what more you want, you know? Many of your brothers done lost a good woman, you know, trying to be out there and just fuck everything moving, man. But I don't know, dog. Yeah. It's like I said,
I will say this, though. I will say this to add on to what you just said. I will say this. Boy, did I not have a fun time, and I will be going back. I like I said, if I went out there and I'm telling you it's good, you're going to get your rocks off too. That's coming from me. And it's hard for me to say that.
And the only way you don't have a good time out there, I mean, you gotta try hard, you know.
That's true.
I
That
don't
is true.
know, like you going out there trying to not have a good time. That's a damn.
And please, if there's really honestly, if there's any questions for me, please let me know.
There's a question right here. You see it? The
Um,
Tampa. What's up, Tampa Twine?
how do how do you think Colombian nightlife will be in late November, Medellin or Cartagena? Hmm, that's a good question. Now, I mean, and this is just my opinion. Nightlife, in my opinion, is pretty much gone compared to what it was before. Um, there could be different definitions of nightlife. So if you're referring to the nightlife as far as just finding women, for example, in parqueadas, um, they will be running around. But as far as in the clubs, I personally actually I went into Gusto, and there were hardly any women, and there really wasn't any men. Because when you go to a club, and this is just again, I mean, everybody knows no one's going to keep a 6 feet distance. So when things, come down to it, nightlife wise, it just depends on what you define as nightlife. Like I said, you'll still find some women out there, but it's not going to be what it was before.
All right, got another question for you. You asked for questions, so they bring them.
Let's see. So the chick from 90 Day Fiance. So that's why I mentioned that I will be going back to Venezuela because she was not able to actually. So I don't know if people know this, but
They don't know. They don't
Venezuela.
know. Oh,
Okay, let me.
uh,
Okay, so there was actually an article. That's why I got my rocks off because there was an article that Colombia only allowed international travel by air into Colombia. So land and sea were still closed. So Venezuelans were not able to cross that border. November 1st, Venezuela borders will fully be open. So more than likely, I will be traveling back between November and December. Don't know what date just yet to answer that question.
and we have a comment for you right here.
That's right. Thank you, Marquise Monroe. Thank you for that. Yep, I'm raw and uncut, and that's my slogan. I get what I want when I pay for it.
Shout out to Nesbitt 99. That's my partner there, bro. He been around for a long time. I've been knowing Nesbitt since I first, like, before I went to Brazil. I think, yeah, that's when I met him. Before and after I got to Brazil, I came across Nesbitt, and I just realized how long ago that was, man. I've been knowing he been around my channel for it's been 2 years now, bro. Damn, that's quite some time, bro. I remember Nesbitt knew, bro.
Oh,
Shit,
that's what's
yeah.
up.
Yeah, that was back when I had like 2 subscribers and shit. You know what I'm saying? I just thought about this shit, bro, a long time ago, bro. But hey, man, thanks for stopping by, Nesbitt, man. But to the chat and everybody out there, if y'all have any questions at this time, go ahead and ask them. Me and Johnny about to wrap this up because we pushing on the 3-hour mark, bro. Damn, how time flies when you're having fun.
Time do fly. Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna tell you. Let me add something real quick here. If there's any last minute questions, yeah, please ask. But like I said, I'm gonna be honest with you. Prices right now are very good going to Medellin, as OW said at the very beginning of his live. You will not be disappointed if you know what you're doing. Like I said, you should have some fun.
Indeed, no doubt about that. No doubt about that. It's definitely a good time to be had out there. And we also did a recap on the prices. So I mean, if it ever was a time to go, and the thing that was rendering you from going was that you had questions in your mind about the affordability. Well, me and Johnny just expressed to you how much we spent on being there for 8+. I was there for 8 days. He was there for damn near 3 weeks, and pretty much we told you what we spent. You know, these numbers that we gave, like I said, they may have been off a few dollars here and there, but for the most part, it's spot on. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, my email. I'm gonna put my email in here right now for you, Nesma. But
But yeah, like I said, if there's any other questions actually after we do the live, like I said, just leave some comments or we got emails and like I said, but yeah, if there's any general questions, honestly, like I said, you will have a good time. It was actually, like I said, it was pretty fun and exciting. Again, it wasn't the regular norm, but like I said, if you know your way around things, it'll still be fun.
and yeah, that's my email right there for anybody who want to get in contact with me, shoot me an email or whatnot. And I mean, I'm in a couple of different groups. Most of the people, well, I ain't gonna say, well, I see a lot of new people in here. If there's any new people in here, that's my email. If you want to contact me, because I usually talk through WhatsApp. I mean, just general information you may want to know about Colombia or whatnot, or I mean, whatever it may be. I even have information on Brazil. I even have information now on DR, certain spots. All right. Now, by no way do I claim to be the expert in any of these countries. I'm far from it. But the knowledge that I do have, I'm willing to offer it to you. I don't know everything. And a matter of fact, while we're on the topic, if you see my email right here and you have some information that you can give me to make my life easier, you can contact me and help me the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? But it's what it's about. Black men getting together, networking, sharing information, building each other up, not beating each other down, talking about getting in the street and fucking each other up and putting gloves on and shit. I do not promote this shit on my channel. Matter of fact, I'm totally against it. You know, if I can't help you, I'm not gonna harm you. If you want to harm me, just let me know so I can stay the fuck out of your way. And that's just how I roll. You know, we got enough negativity going on here in the States. We got people of other genders and cultures that won't take us out. We don't want to do the job for them. All right. So I preach over here on this channel, working together to help each other. And that's just why I get on and off that boat at. But at any rate, oh shit, damn, you got some questions. I gotta answer this one because how are the Casas? The Casas are great. The Casas are outstanding. Um, a smart man, I'm not saying that I am, but a smart man will go to the Casas and recruit from within the Casas because the Casas are taking cuts of their money. So just think about that in your head. All right. If you're paying, how can I put this to you mildly? If you're paying somebody in the Casa $50 and the Casa is taking 20% of that, you could pocket that 20% and pay them 30% on your own terms and come up with more. And how can I put it? Y'all are both come out getting more, but you'll be paying less, is what I'm saying. Think of it that way. In other words, brother, use the Casas to recruit. Talk a little Spanish, knock her socks off, be kind, and get her out there, motherfucker. You get where I'm going? Recruit. You know, I won't fill in all the blanks, but Tampa Twine, they good places for recruiting. Trust me. Because I talked to a girl before that was in there. I sat down, I actually talked to her. When I found out how much they was making, I exploited that shit and I used it to my fucking advantage on the next couple of places that I went to. And I pull up out that motherfucker. Yeah. Johnny, I sent you that picture I sent you this morning in the elevator?
Yes, I actually did get it. Yes, I did.
Yeah,
Boy,
well,
that bitch was fine.
oh, okay. That there we go. That's right.
She was fine.
Glad you guys had a good time. Thanks, HG Chilling. And he says, how are the Casas? Did they have top
Give me
quality?
1 second, OW.
Oh, all right. I don't know, man. I don't know how to answer that question, Tampa Twine. I'm not gonna answer that question right now, dog. He said I be having to catch myself, dog, because I see, yeah. Hey, all I'm gonna say, Tampa Twine, you should go visit some, man. You should definitely go visit some, man. That should be like your second stop. Like after you go get to your hotel and you take all your important shit off, you should go check one out, bro, and see what it's hitting for, cousin. Uh, do I think you'll be disappointed? Not at all. Will it exceed your expectations? I don't know, because I don't know what your idea of top quality is, so there it is, But fellas, with that being said, those are all the questions asked. Y'all got my email right there. I appreciate y'all all coming in here tonight. The numbers pretty much been solid tonight the whole way through. So either y'all were either extremely bored or extremely entertained, but either way, I appreciate y'all being here, my man. And I'll come back. Hopefully, I have another live lined up tomorrow night if I can make some free time. I have another topic I want to dive off into, and hopefully that'll be equally as entertaining. Johnny, you have any
Definitely.
closing words for the people tonight, my man?
All I gotta say is you'll have fun. Take that trip to Medellin. But like I said, besides that, no, I'm good, and I'll be on the next live with you.
I appreciate you, my brother. Y'all have a good night. From me, from Johnny, WTU, 35 and up. Freaking dang. What's the name of the other one? Paradise Life, freaking Medellin Life, Colombian Travel Group. My brother, Abdullah Brody, his Columbia group. I just put all the Westside groups that I'm in. Shout out to y'all. If y'all in here, thank you. I appreciate y'all, and y'all see y'all tomorrow. Y'all be easy.
Peace.
Good night.